What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to Cafe LeBlanc podcast number 4 of the anime at LeBlanc. Today we have as my guest of honor, we have the King and Queen, Trash King and Queen. Thank you so much for coming, guys. A pleasure to have you guys here again.
Yes, it's exciting to come back again.
Yeah, we appeared in like one of your videos, and like it's kind of like flawed because we were like driving home because we got a new car, so I wasn't like actually in the studio like talking on a professional mic with the camera. But here we are now, like in full power. So yeah. Oh,
Hell yeah! Not only that, but you guys have the cosplay and everything. You guys are ready to go here. So again, thank you so much for coming in, and thank you everybody who's coming on the live version of the podcast. You can also check the podcast on Spotify and iTunes as well. So
Nice.
today,
cool.
so today we're gonna be talking about anime cons and kind of the cosplay scene. I particularly have been going to conventions since 2005, and I started cosplaying back in 2010, and then I kind of started again in 2013. So what about you guys? How long have you guys been going to the conventions? And
2013,
like,
right?
well, here, like yeah, like I'm a little bit of a surprisingly late bloomer because like I never got to go to cons in the 2000s because like I didn't have I didn't know those parents who like were really geeks or anything, and like
right.
I didn't even like know like cons were even a thing, like because I grew up in like a small Kentucky town, so I thought like Comic Cons were like a California thing or something, being like a ignorant redneck that I was. But
Yeah. No,
kind of the reason why.
I totally
No.
understand that. Yeah. No, I only happened to go to my first convention. So fun fact, me and a couple of friends, we founded the first anime club at my high school, and
Nice.
the only purpose of doing that was because we wanted to get enough people to get to the convention close to our house as kind of like this group packet. If you get like eight people,
yeah.
you get kind of like they don't do this anymore because they realized people were doing that. But back in the day, like like you could get like a group of people, and you get like a big discount for a group of students and whatever. So yeah, that was the whole purpose of the club, was to get enough people to go to the conventions and everything. And honestly, the first time that I
Right.
went, I didn't cosplay or anything. I just kind of wanted to see, like, I wanted to meet more, like, I guess, like, people that like
Yeah.
anime. I don't really want to use like the otaku. I never really like
Yeah.
labeled myself like a otaku or like a weeb or something like that. But I obviously am a anime fan, and I enjoy like going to conventions and stuff. But I don't know. To me, I'm kind of like I don't know if I can consider myself like a weeb or something. I don't know. And when did you guys start cosplaying? Did you guys start cosplaying in 2013 or much later?
Well,
Yeah.
like I'll tell the story of how I got into conventions first, and like you can probably go ahead.
Yeah.
Like so how I got into cons was kind of funny actually. You ever heard of Marble Hornets?
No.
It was like a YouTube like horror, like kind of like a Blair Witch Project series that was around from like 2009 to like 2015.
Mhm.
It was like Evolved the Slender Man, which you probably heard of.
Oh yeah.
It's
yeah,
kind of like one of the original like Slender Man like I
right.
guess pieces of media.
Uh-huh.
But like
The
I
creepy
had,
pasta
like-
kind of thing.
I had like the people who
Kinda.
Okay.
yeah. I had the people who like made it, like Troy, Joseph, Tim on Facebook, and they said
Mhm.
like, "Hey, we're going to a GMX, Geek Media Expo, which is in Nashville, and sadly
Right,
doesn't exist
right.
anymore."
Yeah, I've been to GMX one time. It's a great convention.
Oh.
It's just pretty big. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it used to be. It was a fun convention, and then they just kind of died off because they took off a year, and then we never heard from them again.
Yeah, they were like, "Hey, we're taking a hiatus, like improve," and then you never heard of them
Yeah.
again. Which
Yeah.
usually happens.
That happens.
Yeah, like
that happens.
I put
Yeah.
I found a little like Maskey cosplay from like Marble Hornets. I met them there, and I really enjoyed it. So the year after that, I went to GMX again with like better cosplay. Like my first proper cosplay was like Lelouch. It was like terrible. I was using my like real hair. I was using my like real hair and stuff. I really enjoyed it and had a good time.
Nice, nice. Yeah,
Yeah, like
the first year that I cosplayed, I went all out. I already had friends because I've been going to cosplays for. I'm sorry for cosplays. I've been going to conventions for so long that I already kind of knew the scene, and I knew people that cosplayed and everything. So
Oh,
I
wow.
went to one of my friends and I was like, "Hey, can you help me like teach me how to like sew cosplay and everything?" And I made like 3 or 4 cosplays. I had like a whole weekend, and I
God.
literally wore like 7 cosplays and like throughout the entirety of the weekend. And I was
Dang.
like, that was like the first year. I just wanted to be like like get everything ready. I had like my wig styled, and even for one of them, like one of my friends did my makeup for to match the tones of my skin and everything. It was really good. But I really wanted it to be well done and everything. Like I had one of my other friends who is also a photographer. He's no longer doing photography, but at the time he did like a couple different shoots for us and everything. It was really fun. I just wanted to have like the whole cosplay experience and everything, because there's like so much to it. I think like a lot of people that just go and look at people just wearing cool cosplay, they go like, oh, that's cool, there's so much work put into actually like wearing your cosplay. It's not just going and like buy. I sure you can buy a cosplay, and I'm not gonna say I've never done it, because it doesn't matter where you buy your cosplay or whether you make them or anything. At the end of the day, like just going to a convention and having fun is kind of like the part of the event and everything. But it still goes like, even if you buy your cosplay, sometimes you still have to get it readjusted. It's not exactly your size, or sometimes you have to buy additional stuff, or you have to make like a weapon that goes with the cosplay, or like there's like other things.
Zipper breaks every time you put it on. Case in point, every costume I buy, the zippers break.
My problem is like those like Chinese like made cosplays, like they're like their pants are like very non-stretchy, and I just like sit down or do something and like rip it.
Dude, that has happened a few times to me, where you just like crouch or move in like the wrong direction or something, and you like rip your pants or something. That happened to me for too. No, it's the pain of cosplay. Not only that, but like things like wearing the wig for too long. It gets so uncomfortable, like itchy, and like
I feel my brain being
it's like it starts to sweat and everything. I'm lucky that most of the conventions in my state over here, they are typically like either like early in the year or like late in the year, so it's not like there's no like summer. I mean, sure, there's like a summer one, but there isn't like a big summer one. It's typically like on both sides of the year, so I don't really get too hot. Of course with like thousands of people, it's still gonna get hot either way.
Yeah, we can't even complain. It's snowing here now. We're getting more snow next week. So
one of the worst experiences is like going to MomoCon in like I think it's 2019, and I was cosplaying Virgil from DMC3, and like Georgia, it takes place in Georgia, and like Georgia is like humid and hot, like even during May where it's supposed to be like springtime. And I was almost passing out during like the photo shoot outside.
Like we were working with the cosplayer, beautiful DMC. He invited us to a free shoot, and he's like, "You guys want to be a part of this DMC shoot?" I'm like, "Sure, that's fine." So we're out there, and like halfway through, like TK just starts like getting like really warm, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna have to go and cut this short. And it was like awful because he got like almost heat stroke, and
pictures were good though.
The pictures turned out really good.
That's all that matters.
But
I hear you guys. It's really a pain. I've been to MomoCon actually almost every year since 2006 or 7. And actually, fun fact: that picture in the background in this stream is MomoCon. It's a MomoCon picture.
We probably like crossed paths without even like knowing. Like
probably.
Yeah. We I actually seen you guys like on Facebook. We have like a bunch of people in common there.
Oh wow.
Which is pretty funny. But I totally hear you. It gets really hot, especially during a photo shoot, and you're kind of like standing with other people. Because I don't know if people that go to conventions may not know this, but sometimes they organize photo shoots with like every single cosplayer of that same cosplay type, or like anime or game or whatever. So you're standing with like 50 other people that are cosplaying Naruto, for example. You just like do the one cosplay everybody's gonna cosplay, and there's like 50 other Narutos next to you, and they're gonna do this group shoots where there's like a bunch of people put together, and it's really hot. And they're really fun, but it's also like a lot of waiting, and then sometimes like the photographer isn't coming yet, or like they cancel, they change times, and everything.
Or they try to do a shoot, they try to do a shoot, and no one actually shows up at the meetup, like
or they got the wrong meetup place.
A1 2019's the Persona meetup. That was supposed to happen, and I was like, oh sure, I'll go tag along, even though I was definitely not in a Persona cosplay. I was in Mamako.
And
I felt so bad because I was like, there was no one. I'm like, oh,
You know,
yeah.
that's
okay.
funny because you're right. I used to go cosplay from Persona. Like I cosplay, like I said, and I cosplayed from Persona for many years, and nobody ever recognized the cosplay. They will always assume it's like some other high schooler. You know, there's like a high school customs or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then Persona 5 really like shut off like the cosplay community too.
Oh
And
yeah.
like big time, like even when I remember like one of my favorite moments was I was cosplaying. I was like 2019 or 2019 or 2018. I was cosplaying as Joker, like the high schooler outfit, and there was like a bunch of Persona cosplayers, and like we took pictures together and everything. I had like so much fun, but every year is different. Like sometimes like a cosplay thing, and like everybody's wearing like that one cosplay anime. Like, you know, like you probably already know. There's every year there's like this one anime that is really popular, and you know there's gonna be a lot of people cosplaying from an anime, and that can
Oh
be like
yeah. Well,
that can be good or bad depending on how you think about it. But I remember one year, 2005, 2006, it was like Death Note. That was like the big thing back in the day, and you
Oh,
could
yeah.
see like a
God.
bunch of elves, like people just cosplaying elves. Like there was no
oh my
lights, there were
God.
no Ryuks or anything. It was everybody was just L, and the people that were doing like cosplay for like Light and L, they're like in the yaoi scene and everything. They had
Oh
like a
my
yaoi
God.
paddle and everything like that.
Yeah,
This
Yeah,
is
I was
like
gonna say,
I've heard.
this
were
is
you
like
part of the yaoi paddle people? Or were you part of like the time when the yaoi paddles were a thing? Because
Yeah.
that was like just before us.
Yeah, like if I had a time machine, like I'd use it to go back to 2005 and like go to
yeah. Oh
like
man,
I heard
it
it's
really
crazy.
brings you back to like the weird ass times or of like conventions.
I
But it
tried
was
looking
like
like
the good times too. I remember, for example, MomoCon used to be free back in 2005,
oh
and it was like at a university. So we'll just stand there with like our IDs, like at the entrance or whatever, and there wasn't like a lot of people. MomoCon grew so much; it became almost as big as DragonCon last
Oh,
year.
huge.
God, like I got a sad story actually. Like
Oh yeah,
one of the voice actors I really wanted to meet is let me see his name here. Let me Google this. Do 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 do. Sorry.
Yeah. It's a voice actor for
Oh yeah, his name is Scott Menville. He's the voice of Robin from Teen Titans, like most notably.
yeah.
But like the reason why I want to meet him is because he was like the voice of like Max from Dark Cloud 2, which is one of my favorite games ever. And
Oh,
guess what? He was going to be a guest at MomoCon 2020, and guess what happened? COVID. So
COVID.
Oh,
I was like
man,
making a
that
Max and
sucks.
Monica cosplay and everything, and nope.
I had his Max done, and I have the fabric and like everything for Monica. I think I actually could probably go and repurpose a few things for Monica at this point. I was so mad, and yeah, like I don't normally go for guests, but I was like, oh yeah, I want to go put that together finally
Yeah.
after so long, and now I'm just like, there's some fabric just sitting there looking all sad.
No, I totally hear you guys. There was I think Dragon Con. I don't remember what year exactly. I'm trying to remember. The whole cast of The Walking Dead was there.
Oh yeah, that year. It was a few years back.
Yeah, it was quite a few years back, but I remember like I was like, man, I really want to go. And then at the time I used to work at a restaurant, so it was like really limited when it came to like when I could get the time off and everything. So that I wasn't actually able to get the time off, and I was like so upset about it. I was like, like I really wanted it. Like I bought the ticket and everything,
Oh my
and
god, I was so
and I was
mad.
just like so frustrated. I had to sell the ticket to somebody else. And everything,
Aw.
Dude, that's a struggle because like
Yeah.
there's a lot of people like who are like I like, and then there's a lot of people who I like. And they're like, "Hey, I'm going to this con." I'm like, "Yay, I'm going to this con too, yay!" And then like a month or like even like a week before the con, they're like, "Oh shit, I gotta work. Sorry, I can't go to the con."
Yeah,
Yeah.
dang, like let the man let you have some fun.
Yeah, we have like flexible schedules, so we don't have to worry about that. But
Yeah.
like, I feel for people who have to. It's like, ugh.
No, I totally agree with you. I struggled with that for years, from like the retail restaurant job that I had and everything.
Oh,
Now I'm lucky
God,
that I'm in
retail.
like a schedule that I can just kind of manage it pretty well. I don't have to worry about
Yeah.
it anymore. But yeah, back in the day, that was always like the struggle for me, like trying to get the days off and everything. And then like for example, we're talking about like the Georgia conventions. So they have like Dragon Con, and they have AWA, and they're like back to back too. like within like a
Yeah.
month or two. And then there's
Yeah,
like
they're very back to back.
Tennessee.
I think AWA did like push theirs back a little bit. It used to be in September. Now it's in like late October. Which
Yeah,
I prefer
now
because-
it's like close to Halloween or around Halloween time. I think this
yeah, 'cause
year,
it's Halloween.
last year was
Fall.
supposed to be in Halloween, which people were mad, but then they canceled it, so it didn't even matter.
I really kind of like it. One, because it's the thing is with September in Georgia, it's either hot as hell or perfectly fine.
It's supposed to be like it's supposed to be during Halloween weekend as well. Like this year, if it happens, like if it happens, I'll go because I'll be like fully vaccinated, obviously. But like, who knows?
Yeah, there's just so many conventions. I used to like have a schedule with like all the convention dates, and I'll just like ask with my friends like, okay, who's going to what convention, so I can like go. Like I think the farthest I went was like all the way up north to like oh man, I'm trying to remember the name of that con. It's in Baltimore. It's like it's super big.
Anime USA or AUSA?
No,
Otakon?
Otakon, yeah.
Yeah, I heard that one was really good. I heard that one's a lot of fun.
Oh, well, what it is the state realized that anime cons made a lot of money, so they created a whole convention center for that convention.
Oh.
So it's like it's super big. It's like as big as a football stadium, and they know like they have like all these hotels surrounded and everything. It's like it's the whole part of the city is like made for the convention to like people to go and everything. So
it's kind of like Dragon Con, but a lot more like actually focused on the con, a little less focused on like partying and shit, like how Dragon Con is.
yeah, no,
like nothing against Dragon Con because it's a lot of fun. It's just
No, you're right. You're right. 100%.
It's kind of treating it like a giant party when you're downtown.
Oh yeah, and they televise like the I don't know. Do they still televise the
parade?
Parade? I don't remember if they do or not. But they used to televise
to my
it.
knowledge, they do. They do it on like a Dragon Con TV or something, and they do the panels as well.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's grown a lot. Like the convention scene, like just in general, has grown like so much from like from where I can recall. Like just like the amount of people that you see at conventions, and everybody that shows up. It's just massive. I'm impressed. Like in a sense, I'm like, oh, like that's pretty cool. I'm like happy about it and everything. Oh my goodness, what happened here?
Yeah, like I kind of got like, see, I knew of conventions as a high schooler because I was that weird kid that was like hung out with the popular kids, but honestly really just kind of also was really good friends with the nerdy kids too, because like I like those people a lot more than the popular kids. But unfortunately, because I was so good at long distance running, I was basically on the varsity track team and cross country team, so I kind of got both sides of it. And like they had an anime club, and I remember like some kids talking about going to ASON Anime Central, and I'm like, what's that? Talking about it and stuff. I'm like, that sounds cool. But my parents also like didn't really support nerd stuff, so I kind of never got to go until I was an adult.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. You know what? Going as an adult to an anime convention is better than going as a teen and everything.
Oh yeah.
It's also really cringe. Like I remember like every time that I see like teens and everything, and obviously we were all teen at some point, but when the first time that I went to a convention, like I remember like kind of like being like, oh man. There's a lot of embarrassing teenagers that go to like conventions. Like there's like there's always this group of individuals that go to a conventions and like nobody likes them. Like there's the bronies that was like a thing for a while. And
yeah,
then,
because you were during the brony time. Oh God, I'm sorry.
No, and then like what is this other one that they had like gray skin? What are they like the Homestuckers? Yeah, I went to the whole Homestucker era. One of them they jumped into like the pool, like the hotel pool, and they banned people from like the hotel because
my God,
I've heard stories about the Homestuckers.
They painted the whole pool gray because of the
that's always
makeup and stuff. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. But other people were like super upset and they didn't like the Homestuckers and stuff. Like I remember like every like era that has like this group of people nobody likes because they're like somehow they're like teenagers and like they just do random stuff like that. I don't know.
Like these days it's more the My Hero Academia fans because lots of My Hero Academia fans that go to cons are very young. I'm talking a 13-year-old tried to talk to me at Anime Week in Atlanta.
No. It was an 11-year-old who like walked up to us like really late at night and just like started following us. It's like, dude, get the fuck
Oh,
away.
that happens all the time. I don't know why, but that happens. Yeah, I was with a group of friends and we're just sitting there. You know, like when you're tired of walking around in the at the Galleria Center, where you're like walking around trying to buy stuff and everything, and then like this kid just comes over here and starts talking to one of my friends. And we're like, all right, whatever. And then we'll just walk off. And the kid just continues to follow us. And I was like, what are you doing? Go over there with your people. We're a group. You can go over there back to wherever you came from. And the kid won't go away. And I'm like, oh my God, please stop.
I literally told this kid, I was like, I am not your mom. Go find your parents. Because it was not like, like 5 o'clock in the afternoon or something. And some, kid was like, oh, hey, can you help me out or something like that? Like, if it was like, like 5 p.m. and some kid needed, like, us to escort them somewhere, I'm like, sure, fine, whatever. Here. No, it was 2 o'clock in the fucking morning. I'm like, I was definitely not sober. Yeah. He was definitely not sober. None of our friends were sober. And, like, they were like, hey, can we go follow you around? I'm like, no. Hey, we're waiting for our parents. Me, I don't care. Go find your little, like, other, like, 13-year-old friends, or please just go the fuck home. Like, it was super weird. I was like, leave, please. Like, I don't know who you are.
Yeah, like, late at night, like, A was pretty much, like, for the adults, because everybody gets, like, fucking wasted, and has a good time.
Like, I'm sorry.
Cowboy Bebop drinks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alcohol and some drugs, mainly weed, that, some of these adults are using, and I'm sorry, you as a kid, you should not be around that. Like,
as someone who just moved to Colorado, I'm kind of wondering if any of the Colorado conventions here are like filled with like stoners,
Probably.
Probably not. I don't think it really matters too much. I don't know. I guess it just depends on like the community and stuff. I don't know. Being around like the body, sometimes you kind of like get used to it. I guess you see a little bit of everything. I mean, like if you go to 1 or 2 a Dragon Con, like you get used to everything. like you were saying,
Like I don't know, conventions at like 2 o'clock in the morning are not for kids, especially like party cons.
Oh my God, like, I love like walking around and like it's like 3 or 4 in the morning in you're like walking around drunk with your friends, like outside just.
I went to Dragon Con the year of the chair. Did you ever hear about the chair?
Remind me.
Okay, so a guy dropped a chair from like...
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, okay, got it.
Yeah, no, I was at that, and I was actually in that area shortly before it happened. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Like, I don't know, like, you can bring them around, during the daytime, but at night, there's too much craziness that goes on, and, like, no, go hang out with your buddies and, like, do your own My Hero Academia fan thing. I don't know.
And not only that, you also have, like, there is a lot of panels that are just meant for adults, and, like, adult content and everything, and just seeing kids, like, trying to sneak, I'm like, it's not even, like, you just kind of shouldn't be here. Like, I don't know. Like, it's odd and bizarre. I don't know. Yeah, there's like all these times. We had like this kid one time, and he just waiting until somebody like opened the door. I think it was like one of the voice actors that dubs hentai was doing like a panel and everything, and obviously like there's like we're all there and everything, and this kid kept trying to get in there. But obviously they kept somebody kept stopping him or whatever. He waited until like somebody got distracted for 1 second, and he just went inside. And,
oh my God! And
like he was like young, like you could tell he wasn't even a teen. He was probably like 10 or 11, probably like a preteen or something like that. He might have even been like 12 or something like that. I don't know. Some kids like really different. And we're over here like somebody call security, and we're like
please take this 10-year-old back to his parents.
I remember like going to like a con in like Kentucky called OMG Con, and like
I know I've been there too. Yeah, that's a good con too.
I went to a adult panel like late at night, and someone brought their little baby in there.
Yeah, a freaking infant.
It's like no.
That's not always the worst. It's the same thing whenever you go on like for movies and stuff. Are you guys drinking Truly?
We're drinking.
Kirkland Hard Seltzer.
Yeah, it's Costco.
Costco.
Oh,
brand.
nice. Me too. I'm drinking hard seltzer too. It's like mine's like lemon, just lemon. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care if you're a baby and you can't comprehend what's going on. 18 plus means 18 plus, my dude.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Nobody wants to hear like the fucking child cry at like 2 in the morning. We're here for like adult content or even just anime in general. Like we're not really here to like hear babies cry and
imagine
like
watching hentai and hear wah goo goo gaga behind you.
Yeah, I think it was a yaoi panel, so it's like you got people talk about like that sort of stuff, and of course you like imagine like a kid screaming. I think they did at one point, and everyone just glared at them. I think they finally left after a bit, but I remember like sharing it, and of course there was like somebody who like justified it, like the baby can't come around. Like, bro, it's an 18 plus panel.
If you can afford to go to a con, you can afford to have a babysitter.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
Even if it's just for the nighttime.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't bring your kids to cons. Like they're not meant for kids. It's almost like frustrating sometimes. Like it feels weird because, like I mentioned before, like I've been going to cons since 2005. I was like 15 at the time, but I always been like a mature kid. Like I wasn't like going around following people or like trying to sneak to the hentai room or whatever. But I do kind of feel bizarre about like just seeing like the children and everything, and it's fine during the day, like there is hours where there's events for like aimed for kids and children and everything. But
it's fine, but like after a certain point,
exactly,
it's like, okay, y'all need to go home.
Right, and there's literally like after hour times. Like I know, for example, like you'll see the cosplay change. Like if you're in the main area at MomoCon, you'll see Victoria's Secret girls like dressed up in like the Victoria's Secret angel wings and everything. Like that when you see the Victoria's Secret girls, you're past your bedtime, kid. Like go. Have you guys ever seen them?
Oh yeah, I've seen a couple of them, and I was in the Facebook group for like the girls that one year because I remember someone was like, someone was having a cow about girls doing good at cosplay, and we were all memeing on them, and I got invited to the group, and then it just died somewhere.
Yeah,
like it's a cool concept and all. It's like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care. I don't really get involved in like the politics of like cosplaying and stuff. Like I don't care. You cosplay whatever you want as long as you're not like completely like nude. I guess I don't know. Like you can be nude in your time, I guess. I don't know.
If convention allowed it, I really wouldn't fucking care. But conventions don't allow that. Usually you minimally have to have pasties on.
Right. No, I guess that's exactly what you mean. Like I don't really care. Like as long as you're within like the rules of like the cosplay area that you're in, then I'm cool. I don't really care. Everything. The one things that I don't really understand sometimes are like the limit sizes on like the props, like the weapons and stuff like that. Like sometimes they're like, oh, it can't be like too realistic looking, or it can't like be too big and stuff like that. And I'm like, I just let them hang out in the corner, like it's not really bothering everybody.
I just don't get it because like people think that someone bringing in like a freaking foam sword is gonna commit like mass genocide. I'm like, that's not gonna happen.
Exactly.
The chances are, if a cosplayer makes a giant detailed prop that's huge, they're not swinging that shit around because they put hours and hours and hours of work into that.
Exactly. That's exactly my point. Like if you see those giant ass weapons some people make, they put hours and hundreds of dollars into making them. Like they're not gonna be playing Star Wars with them or something.
Yeah, no.
Like, they're not gonna be swinging them around. Like obviously the whole thing is like is made to like for the cosplay. It's not to be playing with or whatever. I don't understand like some of the rules, like some of the things that I'm kind of like, that's just dumb. Like I just don't get it or whatever. Like or like there's some cons where they don't let you go barefooted, but there are some cosplays where the character is barefooted. Like like as long as the person that is cosplaying understands they may get hurt, like if they step on glass or something.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's, like, a personal responsibility thing. But I don't think the convention center should be like, oh, you can't go around barefooted. I'm like, okay, well, it's a cosplay thing. Like, I feel like it's fine. I don't know. I think I lost you guys.
Barefooted in a convention center because there's a lot of things on the ground, not just glass. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't go barefooted in a convention center. I've worn flip flops and shit.
I think there's like
before.
invisible shoes you can use
Yeah.
if you're like cosplaying like a barefoot character.
Yeah.
Right. I've seen them before. They're really uncomfortable to wear. I wore them one time and never again.
Oh god.
Yeah, they're really.
Like, I don't know. I'm part of the team where I've literally worn my Manuela cosplay with frickin' sneakers because the shoes hurt so badly.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh no, 100%. Yeah.
I love the cosplay shoes, like the latest one, because like back in 2018 we went to Japan and went to like Japanese Disney World, and there was like some Kingdom Hearts cosplayers there, and they look really incredible. And I took a picture of them, like posted on like a Facebook group, and everybody's like, why are they wearing like sneakers? They should be wearing real shoes. It's like, dude, motherfucker, try to like walk around Disneyland with like cosplay shoes.
Yeah, and then
fall off.
What time did you guys go to Japan? Because Japan is really humid too. It's really hot.
October.
October, yeah.
October. Oh, okay, it wasn't too bad then, I guess.
Well,
it was perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it was like how warm it is here normally, like 50, 60 degrees. Which,
Yeah, no,
I mean,
that's
towards
nice,
the end
yeah.
it got to like down to like 30, 40.
I went to Japan during like March, and it was like hot as hell. And that's just like not even like spring. Like that's just spring starting. Like it's not even during the summer, but it does get pretty hot. So like, I don't blame anybody for not wearing like if you're missing like the shoes or something like that. I can't blame you for not wearing the right shoes for a cosplay.
Yeah.
Who cares? It's just it's just walking
I
around.
literally don't freaking care because I mean I've had like moments where I'm like I'm not wearing.
Also, someone who went to Japan in October, Japan knows how to do Halloween more than America does. Like their Halloween aesthetic was amazing.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I agree. They're every time that they have like a theme or a season for something, they go all out. Like when I went, it was still the Sakura because it's the spring season and everything.
Yeah.
And they made it super beautiful. Everything was made with the Sakura aesthetic, with all the pink and everything. It was super fun. I strongly recommend going during that time period. It's just really expensive because of the period where everybody's trying to go.
Yeah, that's the thing is that it's like October was really cheap. It was
Yeah.
like $900 for each of us there and back.
Yeah.
Like it was really good. Now we did have a really bad layover in Korea for 8 hours.
Yeah,
Oh,
but-
that's not bad.
The South Korean airport's like really cool though.
Mhm.
They have like robots like going around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was kind of an interesting airport. So I mean,
Nice.
I would go back. I only like the colder weather, but I wouldn't mind like trying spring at some point.
Yeah, it's really nice. I recommend going during that time. It's a good time to go. I had my layover in Canada for like 10 hours. I was like, it's fine. I just rented a car and drove around. I just I always wanted to go to Canada anyway. So I went to Toronto and Vancouver.
Oh wow! So you had some time.
Yeah, I had time. I had hours to kill. I was just having fun around. I was like, hey, I have extra time and everything, so might as well just enjoy it.
Yeah, our layovers were like just short enough that you couldn't go run out and rent a car because it's like that's what we would have done on our way back. But like we got in there at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and our next flight was at like noon or something like that. So it's like they didn't have enough time. The same way as going,
Yeah.
there as well. Just it's like not enough time to like explore around because I would have loved to check out Korea a little bit more, but nah.
No, I totally agree. Yeah, you have to plan it so right to go to multiple countries or like multiple areas. Like, did you guys stay in Tokyo the entire time?
Yeah, for
pretty
the most
much.
part.
Yeah, because just being in Tokyo and even just being like in specific like Shibuya or Akihabara, like you can spend your entire 2 weeks just exploring like the one city, like just staying on that one area is like enough. But originally I wanted to go to like all these other places. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go like to Kyoto for like 2 days and Okinawa and like all. I was like, there's no way I have time for any of that.
Kyoto's our next trip when we're allowed to.
Yeah, when we're allowed back, that's where we want to go.
Speaking of which, Noah Lewis says like I want to go to a con until COVID ends. Like yeah, our last con before COVID was Holiday Matsuri 2019. Like it was like 3 months before the pandemic hit the U.S. and like man, that was it was an okay con. It was kind of a bad con to like end things off for like over a year though.
It was incredibly mediocre.
Yeah, I hear you guys. I think AWA was my last con.
That's a good one.
Right before, I was trying to go to DragonCon too, but like I said, money is like money was like tight and everything. I was like, All right.
Yeah, and DragCon's expensive.
Oh,
my
DragonCon is
God.
expensive for like no reason almost. Like
Yeah,
it's on the
it's
yeah, it's
expensive.
just too expensive, and I'm like I can't really justify the amount of money, not including like food and hotel and like all these other things that you wanna do, whatever cosplay that you wanna make or like get ready
Yeah,
for and everything. Like, it's just
So
like
I
it's too much to like just kind of go into a second con like 2 weeks later, like or like a month later. It's like too
it's a
much money.
lot.
Yeah.
So we're
It's way
actually
too
going
much.
to go to a con at the end of May called a IkiCon. It's in Texas, which is about like 12 hours from
Uh
here.
huh.
I'm kind of curious to see like what they do for COVID because I heard you have to wear masks there, so we have to like buy some masks that kind of are kind of appropriate for cosplays, maybe, or like maybe cosplay like a mask character. Maybe I could bring back like Korekio from Danganronpa 3 or something, or you could bring Chico Link.
Yeah.
Uh, I kind of wonder what they're going to do. Is it going to be like social
Yeah.
distancing lines like for the dealer's room or for like
I've
the
just got
guest?
this nagging feeling that they're gonna be like, you have to wear a mask, and no one wears a fucking mask. I just got this nagging
Oh,
feeling.
100%. I wouldn't even be surprised if they do it. That's why
They'll-
I don't trust people with that stuff. Like, just go to Walmart and then, and even when they force people to wear masks, they still don't
oh,
wear them.
security will probably not like enforce people like wearing masks. They'll probably like enforce somebody showing too much cleavage or something.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, of course. Yeah. I don't know. Their cons are weird, and I don't even.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't even like getting into the politics of it because it's like whatever. But through the through the COVID season, at least like try to be as careful as possible.
Yeah. That's
you know.
really the best you can do.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really hard to predict and everything. You guys had a shot, right? Did you guys talk about it? Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
you
we
guys
had the
posted
first
about it.
shot.
Right?
We get the second. We get the second one when we come back from Kentucky.
Yeah, we have like got our like first Pfizer like over a week ago, and like our second shot's gonna be in like early May, so we'll be like fully vaccinated by the time this con comes around.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you should be good. Just you should be careful and everything. I don't know. I'm still kind of iffy about it because I have family like elderly that I frequent, like my grandparents and stuff. So
Yeah, like, we live far away from our families, so
we are basically don't associate with anybody but ourselves for the most part. So I'm like,
yeah.
I mean,
if
to be
somehow
fair-
in some way we do go and get something, I just take off just take off 2 weeks.
to be fair, the con crud can like hit you pretty hard. Like,
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. for
the
sure.
worst case of con crud I ever got was like Colossal Con 2018, I believe. I got con crud on Saturday, the day you were supposed to like party the hardest and like go all out. I was like fucking sick as a dog. I thought I was hungover first, but no, it was like, wow, I felt horrible.
Oh no, I hear you guys. Sometimes I feel it too, and I'm like, I just wanna have like a week off work.
I thought I had con crud last anime weekend in Atlanta, but no one in my room got sick, and no one I hung out with got sick.
Yeah.
I was the only person. I lost my voice
Oh wow, really?
Saturday, so I sounded like I was smoking for 40 years, like it was just trying to talk to anybody. Like I sounded just like I was smoking, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I got sick a few days later for a couple days, but like.
Yeah.
I messaged everybody in the room and no one said they got sick. I messaged a few friends that we hung out with. Nobody got sick. It was really weird. I'm like, okay. I don't know what it was. But yeah, like, I don't know. I'm going to see how it is. If it ends up being a nope fest, we may nope out of there, but who knows?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I really want to go to a con again soon. You start to miss them and everything. I'm like, I really want to go to a con so bad, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, it'll happen when it happens. I'll have a lot of fun or whatever.
Have you tried like the virtual cons? I have not done those. Have you?
I have, but like I don't, like I go to cons to like see friends, because there's a lot of people that I frequent, but they live in other states. Like in Georgia with MomoCon and Ava Joanne and everything, and then in Tennessee and Alabama and like all those other states. So like, I mainly go to cons to see my friends and hang out with them. And
Yeah, you cannot.
Yeah,
You cannot recreate the con experience like online.
Yeah.
Like you cannot recreate like
the
being drunk in a hotel hallway, like in a costume and like stumbling into
Right.
the panel. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And like, what are you gonna like? The experience on like a virtual con is basically just like, it's almost like a tease of like the actual thing. It's like, it's like being really hungry and just watching videos about food or something like that.
Exactly. It's not the same thing. It is not the same thing.
Right.
Like, I've heard a few people now. I've never been one of those Disney fanatics, but if you are a Disney fanatic, more power to you. But I know people that are missing Disney so badly. They're watching
Right.
Disney, like videos of like time in the park to go and create this experience. Like
Oh, that's
I'm like,
crazy.
I don't know. It's not the same as going to the park and having fun in the park.
Right,
And
yeah, yeah. No, I agree. I wouldn't do that. But now, people are still going to Disney. They apparently they have like a lot of security and like a lot of organization to like avoid COVID and stuff like that. I've seen like a bunch of pictures and stuff like they have like people checking that you wear your masks and stuff like that.
yeah.
So I don't know. I'm
Like,
not.
if they did that in temperature checks, I would not be super like mad about it personally.
Yeah.
I don't know. My whole thing is in terms of my own safety. I'm
Right.
gonna be fully vaccinated before I go to one of these things because it's like if I catch it, worst comes to
Right.
worst, I get a little very mild sort of thing.
Oh yeah. No, I had it actually,
Oh wow.
and it's pretty funny because I don't go out. Like my job is from home. I don't ever go out anywhere, and uh, I had family come over for Thanksgiving, and I caught it there.
Oh
My
my
whole
God.
yeah my whole family got it. So like, if I don't go out anywhere, the only time that I see people, it's when when I get sick, and then everybody got sick. So it's gonna be Thanksgiving. So yeah,
Uh,
everybody got sick, and I was out for like the 2 weeks. Like like when I took 2 weeks from off from work, but I didn't even enjoy my time off. Like, I was super sick. Like my lungs hurt, my back hurt so much too. From like my lungs were like swollen, and
yeah,
it,
to my knowledge, I never got it. But our
yeah,
Thanksgiving was actually pretty funny. It's like for my dad's Thanksgiving, we like drove to his like cabin. And he gave us some food. He left
yeah,
us some food there, and he was like, we didn't really stay in contact.
yeah. That's good. That's good. I don't know. I don't miss people enough to have to go to like Thanksgiving and everything. But unfortunately, over there, like, oh, we need to go to and do something, because of COVID and everything. I was like, it's a really bad idea, but
Yeah,
we
Yeah,
got sick, so
yeah, it's like if you can swing it safely, do it. Like, I mean, the thing is, literally everybody in our family is now vaccinated. So, like, if by any chance someone did go bring it home or anything, everyone's fully vaccinated. I mean, I think we are the only ones in the family that are not fully vaccinated. We're only partially vaccinated.
yeah. It's like
oh,
my
really? Well,
mom.
that's good. As long
Uh,
as everybody's vaccinated, I think it shouldn't be
yeah,
a problem.
Like his mom works in medical, so
yeah, he's a therapist.
she was one of the first people to go and get it.
Well, the first one I got was my sister because my sister is like a nurse, so yeah,
Yeah.
she got it first
She got first, then it was your
before everybody
mom,
else.
then it was your grandma because she's older, then it was your dad. I'm guessing his girlfriend probably got it too because she's older ish, I think. I don't know.
I think she's in her like 40s. She's not that old.
Oh, okay. For some
40s,
reason,
early 50s, maybe. Like, not too old.
she probably got
I mean,
it.
that's still on the older side. Like you want to start to get careful and stuff.
Yeah.
She also has
Yeah,
a lot of problems, so it's like she probably got it.
yeah. I don't know. It happens. I just try to be as like careful as possible. I mean, you can always get it again even if you had it. So like,
Yeah.
it doesn't reassure me. Like some people are like, "Oh, I already had it once, so it's not bad." And I'm like, "Yeah, it wasn't bad that time, but it may be worse next time." You never know when what's gonna happen or something. So I'm like, I
I
don't.
don't even know like how we haven't got it to our knowledge, like, cause
Mhm.
we work from home too, but we go to the gym and we like eat out in restaurants. So we're not perfect with our handling of
No,
COVID.
we
But
aren't. And I mean, thing is, I go to the gym and like I stay away from people. I literally most of the time only use like 3 to 4 machines at
Yeah.
most. Like I
My
just
my gym makes us clean them before we use them and after and
yeah,
everything. So like, and then there's somebody behind you like going around and cleaning them again. So I'm
yeah.
like, it's like going to the gym may be one of the cleanest places to actually go because it's so clean. Like everyone's like make sure that everything's clean and everything. So like, it's good.
Usually,
Like
like 3 to plus there's usually 3 to 4 staff at the entrance, and they're always looking at you. So they probably if they see you looking like sick, they'll probably be like, "Hey, get the heck out of
yeah,
here."
right. Yeah. No, the gym I go to, they also do like temperature check and everything. So like, you're probably better off going to like the gym than going to like McDonald's to the drive-through or something.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like it's probably like There's that. I mean, we did go travel a few times throughout all this. It was all like mostly like social distance stuff though.
Right.
Like we did go out to Vegas at one point
Yeah, for my birthday.
for his birthday, and it was a ghost town out there actually. We were walking down the strip and there was
really?
nobody. It was so empty. And like we visited a friend, but they don't leave the house either. They're like they definitely stay away from everybody. And like the most that we did was just like eat out in restaurants, and but even then they temperature check you as soon as you walk through the door.
Oh yeah.
And,
Yeah, no, I think it's fine. I think we're kind of like almost at the end of the pandemic situation. So as long as everybody's kind of trying to stay as careful as possible, I think we should be good to go within the next few months and everything. My job is having us go back to work in like a month or two. So.
Oh God! So you have to actually go into the office.
Yeah, I'm like.
I've always worked from home. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, I work pretty far from my house, so I'm kind of like.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Oh God, you need to actually commute now.
Right. Yeah, I'm just kind of thinking of like I'm just trying to try to get another job that does, work from home permanently. I'm I'm in love with like working from home. Like I love working from home. It gives me so much time to do things, and like I'm very productive. Like I still do my job, and I still have time to do stuff and everything. So.
Yeah, no, we've been doing the work from home thing for a very long time, and as long as I'm not distracted by the internet, I get a lot done.
Yeah, like I do. I don't know. I do school and work at the same time. Like I have two screens. And everything, and I'm like I'm just busy all the time. Like I'm working and everything, and I'm like one thing doesn't stop me from the other thing. You know, like if I'm doing my job, and when I'm like I pause something or whatever. I'm not gonna say like I'm a perfect employee, but I'm like I get my job done and I do what I need to do and everything. So. Yeah.
One thing I love about working from home is like the fact that you're like here with your pets, and there's like been studies that show like that having like your pets at work while you're working like boosts your productivity.
I mean, yeah, because they're over here, you know, like living here rent free. Of course, their productivity.
That's funny. Yeah, no.
Yeah. I'm just riding and like my fat cat's just sitting in my lap.
Yeah.
Sleeping.
Oh, our fat cat loves to sit in his lap. He'll sometimes just like come up there and crawl onto him and then just sit. And the other one, she sometimes likes to be affectionate. Most of the time, she's like, nah.
Sometimes she likes being touched by humans. No, I get it. My cat is terrible. She loves just being by herself. She doesn't want to be approached by people or anything like that, which is kind of funny. But she hates it. Like when people just come close to her or something, she hates it.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I'll come to you when I come to you.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Godamon, our female cat, is very he is very weird. She's very weird because like she'll go and sit literally right next to me while we're, you know, like watching something, but then as soon as it's like, oh, time for bed, let me move like 2 centimeters, she gets up and runs away.
Right. No, that's how some cats are. Yeah, the pets are really interesting. So yeah, I only have one cat. I don't have more animals, but I want to get a dog. Just my place only allows one pet. So I have to move to a different place so I can.
Yeah, usually having 2 is good because it gives them a companion. Because Godamon she was really annoying until we got Togami.
Really?
We gave her a cat to bully, so now she's fine.
No, my cat is just she doesn't care like about anybody. My brother brought his cat one time to kind of just like so they can hang out or something. And they both like went their own way. They never like interacted or tried to interact or anything. God. I was like, okay, she doesn't really want a companion or anything.
Yeah, like one of the she's very I need attention a lot sometimes, and if she wants attention, she demands attention. Meanwhile, her brother he's dopey. He's very dopey. He's really stupid, but he's such a good cat. And he's kind of gets bullied by everybody. So we brought over our neighbor's cat one time, like a few years back, because we want to see how he would like react to like the neighbor's cat or another cat.
Right.
Bullied. he got bullied. He gets bullied all the time, and I feel bad sometimes. But I'm like, I don't know. As long as you're not getting hurt, I don't really care.
Like, yeah. Now, our cat, I think, like, she just doesn't like being approached because a dog beat her neck.
Oh, dang.
So when we got her, we adopted her because the dog beat her neck and she had like a feeding tube, and it was like really difficult for the people to take care of her, the original owners. So we kind of took her in and started taking care of her and everything. And then the owners were like, "Well, you guys did a better job with the cat, so you guys can keep it, you know." So we just kind of got the cat and everything. But yeah, she just like doesn't like being approached by people or like by the cats or everything. And I feel like it's just that like that fear that somebody's gonna attack her, maybe.
Yeah, it's probably just like anxiety.
Yeah, but she's a good cat overall. It's really fun and everything. I want to have like I always wanted to have like a dog to like make costumes for the dog, like cosplays or something like that. There's this cosplayer that she like a corgi or something like that. And
Yeah,
she
I know
makes
you're talking
cosplays for her and dogs and everything. I'm like, I want something like that.
gosh.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I've tried to put cosplays on my cats before and it failed. You might have seen a few of the pictures. I have a Kirby hat that I sometimes put on Gatomon. She hates me for it. I had angel wings for her. She did not like that. I put a wizard hat on her and she did not like
really?
that. I want to get like the little like Survey Corps like cloaks for them. And I want to see how they react. Like, I've thought about that because, like, we're gonna do Attack on Titan cosplays finally after all these years. Like,
really?
you know, like 5 years ago, that was something that was at every fucking con. Now it's like, oh, I'm finally gonna cosplay from Attack on Titan.
I'm gonna do Hanji.
I don't know what I'm gonna do yet.
Oh yeah, you guys are thinking about it. That's cool. That's cool. You guys enjoy like the scene, I guess. It's a good time to cosplay, I guess, because it's ended now. So like I guess I don't know if it's gonna like lower on popularity. Sometimes it's good to kind of like let the wave of like people go first before you start this cosplay. I don't know, because you see so many of the same cosplay. Like it's like so hard to like distinguish like who, like I don't know. To me, like I just rather like not cosplay like something really super popular, just because like if I wanna be there, I kind of like wanna be the one person opposed to like a whole like everybody's a Attack on Titan cosplayer right now. I don't know, but it's fine. Like you guys enjoy or you don't really care.
Like the thing is that I do a lot of like stuff that's like super popular, but then I'll do other stuff that's not really as popular these days.
Yeah,
or, like,
we don't
more
really
like
care about popularity.
niche stuff. Like I've got Tronvon in the corner over there that I need to like fix up and stuff. But then I also have done like so many Persona 5 cosplays. It's not even funny. But like with Attack on Titan, funny story, I did cosplay it about 6 years ago. Not really because I wanted to, but because a girl wanted to do an Aaron and Levi shoot. I still don't understand to this day people that ship Aaron and Levi. I literally do not get it. I'm 2 seasons in and I'm like, where is like any of this? Is it literally?
They haven't like really even interacted that much so far. Like the only thing that really interacted was that scene where like Aaron's like tied up and Levi's like kicking the shit off him and he knocks out his tooth.
I'm like, did you guys just jump on this literally because of one scene where he beats the shit out of him? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't really get it. It's like the Joker and Goro from Persona. I don't get that either. Like, I feel like they're not really like friends. So like I'm like I don't get it. I'm like, it's fine if somebody's like into it or something, but like I don't really get. I don't see it. You know.
It's a hate ship. It's like hate ships are one of those things where it's like, okay, I can see the appeal, I guess, but also like these two have interacted literally like 2 freaking times, and like I don't know, it's kind of like the Ellen the Light ship, like from like Death Note,
right?
And that was a big thing back when I was younger. Like I'm talking like 2005. That was a big one.
Oh and yeah. Like, you could see all the people like cosplaying from like the ship and everything. No, I know.
Like, I don't really, personally, like, care what, people ship. I don't really care. Yeah. But it's always, like, so funny where it's, like, these two have interacted. Like, these two, their entire dynamic is that they hate each other, but all these fangirls are convinced that they're madly in love. It's so funny.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, I know, like, I just don't understand like where the like the chemistry or the like the dynamic comes from. I'm like,
I think it's literally just wanted like two attractive males, I guess, to come together. It's like I don't even get Aaron. I don't get the Aaron and Levi ship. Like I get Aaron and Armin more than I do Aaron and Levi. But that's
yeah,
because
they
two are, like,
interact
good
more,
friends.
and you can kind of see that they are good friends and everything. Yeah, that one I can kind of probably see more.
I just
Not
want to
that
cosplay.
what was that?
I just want to cosplay Hanji because they're cute. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. See, here's the thing. I ship Hanji and Levi more than I do Aaron and Levi, but that's because like it's super clear like Hanji wants to bone him. But it's always just funny. Like ship discourse is just funny. Like
Right.
people either take it so seriously or people are like, I don't care, do what you want.
Right. It's just fun. It's just part of the cosplay. You know, like it's part of the cosplay thing. Yeah. No, I get it. I don't see like the sometimes like the appeal. I guess I'm like you know, it's just have fun. Whatever. It's just about the fun to me. It's like cosplay is supposed to be custom play. So
Yeah,
play
exactly.
as you like. Have fun. You know, that's how I guess that's how it's supposed to be.
And my whole thing is like, you know, you got. I'm just gonna bring myself over to cosplay in the younger generation, where these younger kids are kind of being like, you can't ship this with this, you can't ship that with that. I'm like, bruh, it's cosplay.
No, like my problem is like I made a video about this like recently, like a week ago. Like the TikTokers who like get mad if you're not the same age as the character you're cosplaying. Like,
Oh,
like
really?
TikTok
Is that a thing? They don't they
Yes.
get mad if they, what? That
Yeah,
doesn't
like
make any sense. Like,
Yeah,
all
like,
the big
cosplayers call,
cosplayers are like adults.
rage character cosplays, like there's like really good cosplays, like My Hero Academia character, and like the TikTok comments were like saying like, "Oh, this character's 16, you cannot cosplay them." It wasn't even like a sexual thing or anything. It was just like
It's just like
awkward
cosplay. Yeah.
And the comments had like hundreds of likes. This wasn't like a very small minority or anything. It's like why?
That's
Like,
that's really weird. I don't know. I don't get it. Sometimes people just want to be mad for no reason.
yeah. I do not like the cosplay police.
And
like,
I feel like it's the cosplay has like grown in like a weird direction too. For like a few years, the scene has like changed, but it's still kind of weird sometimes. Like I don't know. The more time I spend on like the anime and like cosplay scene, like the more toxic has become over time. Like I remember years ago, people didn't like that other people cosplay the same cosplay, but it wasn't
Oh, yeah.
it wasn't just like oh you no, you're not allowed to cosplay this person because so and so already cosplayed them. Like, okay, like everybody can cosplay the same character if they want to. Like I don't care.
Exactly.
Like why are you like policing the cosplay? Like what's the point of that? I don't get it. Yeah.
It's so weird because it's like you don't own the character or anything. Like, if it's not an OC, why do you care? Like,
Yeah,
it's just a
exactly.
weird,
Yeah.
like, it's a weird gatekeep. It's like, oh, you did this first. Oh, you did this first. I'm like, there's hundreds of that character, and you're gonna bitch about, like, freaking somebody cosplaying from like My Hero Academia because they did Froppy, like hundreds of other girls have done, including myself.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I think they should just let people have fun and enjoy the thing. I don't know. It's just weird.
We were like wanting to make like a series where we're like kind of like deep diving into like the problems of the cosplay community and like what we can do to do better, like when cons start opening back up, and like I've been putting that on the back burner for a while. I probably need to like do that soon though. Like
probably.
Yeah, that'll be a good idea. You guys should definitely think about doing that. I literally just started with the anime podcast stuff. I've been trying to do something like this for a while, but like I don't know, like sometimes like when the more you do something in like a community, I guess like my subscribers at this point are like mostly about Persona, so like I try to get I guess like content that is at least relatable to Persona. Like I can't just like I before when I had like 200-300 subscribers, like it doesn't really matter. I can do whatever video, you got the same amount of views. But like now it's like a specific content gets like way more attention than like another content and everything. So I'm kind of like, oh, it's kind of weird. I don't know, but I'm trying to like get the anime kind of like, or like at least like get into like bring more like probably viewers from like the anime community and everything. Although it's kind of weird, like I said, I don't necessarily care too much I just enjoy doing videos and talking to people.
Like doing this, and you do it for fun, and that's another thing that a lot of content creators need to remember is that you gotta go do this shit for fun. Like it's like we just kind of do what we want to enjoy. Like it's like, oh, we chose Yakuza because we like Yakuza. Oh
Yeah.
wait, we're getting way more views on this. Okay, cool. Well, I'm sorry, you're not just gonna get Yakuza content. You're gonna get other stuff too. It's like, you know,
Right, exactly, yeah.
like there is stuff that will pop off a lot more than like other stuff, but
Right.
like also like if you're gonna go and follow somebody, like as long as they don't like go completely off the deep
Right.
end, like it would be weird if it became like a political channel, for example.
Hmm.
That would be a little off the deep
Yeah,
end.
but
But
I mean,
like,
like even then, there's like some channels that focus on that aspect. Like they have the gaming community, but then they focus on like the politics of the gaming or something. I don't know. I just feel like gauging yourself in like a subject is like it just limits you on like an area, you know, like creatively. You know, like I just like playing games. Like I don't care. Like sometimes I'll play Persona and then I'm like playing Resident Evil and I'm playing all that stuff. I'm like I don't care whether I have like 2 viewers or like 100 viewers on a stream. Like I'm still having as much fun. Like I'm still enjoying the game and I'm still enjoying the chat and company.
Our channel's like mostly focused on like video games like right now, but like when like cons open back up, we can travel more. Kind of like do more travel stuff too, and like whatnot. And we'll occasionally make like a non-online gaming video, like a TikToker like video, or like a like video at MagFest a while ago.
oh yeah, Magfest. Oh yeah, Magfest.
Yeah.
That was one that we're still debating upon when it'll come back. A few people are saying that it won't come back. I have a feeling that there's gonna come back under a whole new name.
Yeah. What happened to that con?
Basically the owner of it was like really shitty to the employees and
Hmm.
apparently owed one of the jazz musicians that came into the convention and played like professionally for them. They owed him $7,000.
Hmm. I never paid him.
Never paid him. Apparently, there's a lot of people that were never paid by MagFest, and they were supposed to have been paid. Me and Trash King did some digging a long time ago. We found the guy's personal Facebook, and the
Yeah.
guy is like the epitome of like does not look like he runs a con. He looks like a redneck sort of dude who like 90% of the picture are him like fishing and crap, and I'm like. No. It was the same guy because it was the same picture
Yeah.
and everything. And I'm like, that's really weird. So
Yeah,
I don't
you
know. Maybe he was trying to money launder. For,
Yeah,
like,
it's a business. Some people do make a lot of money off of the conventions and stuff. Like
oh yeah,
whenever I went to Japan, my immediate thought was, "Fuck these scalpers that sell these statues at conventions." You buy some of these statues for $20 and they're selling them to the conventions for like $300. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
fuck that shit. Like for real. Like if you ever go to Japan, bring a couple different suitcases just so you can buy statues because they're like super cheap over there. There's
Oh
like
yeah.
I bought like maybe like $400 worth of statues and I had like a whole wall full of them and I'm like I spent like $400 and I had a ton of them and I would have probably just bought like one or two. Like sometimes for fun I look up like some of the statues that I have like $300 $400 and I'm like why they're so expensive just from that. Like it's just terrible.
Yeah, a few places here will go and have competitive pricing. Like we found like an Edna figure that was going for like 70, when other places it was going for like $300. Like there's a few, but yeah, Japan, we found some really good figures for really good prices.
Yeah, right.
We found a $350 figure
Mhm.
online for $50.
Right.
She is a giant figure. I cannot show this on stream because she is topless, but she's from some like bullet hell game or something like that. And like she's a beautiful figure, but I remember like asking the lady for that figure and she's like, "Why do you want that? It's junk." I'm like, "Your junk is $350 online."
Right. And like there are like so many like you can go to Akihabara, there's like so many stores just selling figures like for the dozen. You can literally buy like you can pick up like there's like boxes with like 3 or 4 figures, like manga there's like you can buy whole manga, like the whole packet of like One Piece for like $50. Like manga is super cheap too, like 50 cents for like the one volume or whatever. Like it's a business over here, but in Japan it's like, oh, there's like so many of them just like running wild and cheap. I'm like, I don't even know why like there's like such a difference on pricing and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
One other thing that they definitely grossly overprice here, which I mean, I don't know if you've ever looked at this, but doujinshis.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like,
the R18 dojins. I have at least 60 plus. I think we have 69. I think that's why we left. We bought 69. Hot, nice. 69 dojins out there. I think we spent maybe a couple $100 at most, because most of them were literally like 300 yen. Like, all those like Persona ones that came out really early on. I have all of those. I have some really, really, really cursed stuff. And like between that and the figurines, like we had 4 suitcases. I filled up 3 of the 4 of them with those alone.
No, I same here. Like I literally bought another suitcase just to put in Japan. Like, by the way, like Japan can be really expensive, but it can be really cheap too. You just gotta look. Like you can find some really cheap stuff. And it not just like anime stuff, like electronics, and like I bought like an SD card. It was like a 128 gigabyte for like $5, $10, something like that. It was like a really cheap price. Like I don't know, like I was just like, everything is so cheap here. Why?
Yeah, like there was like a really like kind of like suspicious looking like suitcase store that we went to, and it said you could get 2 of these for $30, and I'm like, okay, fine, I'll bite because I need new suitcases.
Right.
And it was like, those suitcases have lasted me the 3 years of conventions that other traveling that we did. Like they are so freaking sturdy, and it's like
right.
Clothing is the only thing that I remember being way more expensive in Japan. Like, even thrifting, it was like kind of a little expensive. I'm like, this is like way more than like Goodwill.
It's also like the quality and like the because if you like look at this, there's like a lot of polyester here in like American stuff, but like everything that I bought in Japan was like cotton and like 100% cotton and like really good brands and everything. Brands that usually you wouldn't really go and buy here in America. So like I'm kind of like, okay, whatever, like it's fine, you know, I bought it because of the sign or whatever, but like typically like I wouldn't really go and like spend so much money on t-shirts or whatever. But no, I get it. Clothing is expensive in Japan. I don't know why, but
like
it's just
I remember like we went to like we got like a one-piece shirt. It was like $40. I was like, dang. But it was a nice one shirt.
Dude, like the One Piece theme park in like Tokyo Tower.
Oh, Tokyo Tower is super cool, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys go to the Shonen Jump World too?
Yeah. We did everything out there.
Yeah.
And like they also have like bargain bins too out there. Like I have a giant Dragon Quest slime plush that was like $4.
Yeah. You gotta, like I said, you gotta just look. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. They have so much to look at. Like I said, we could probably spend the 3 weeks that I was there just in Akihabara alone. And that's not like all the other stuff that like you can go to Shibuya and spend there like days just browsing through stuff. The thing about it is like a lot of people just think of Akihabara like the place for anime, but like Shibuya has its own like stores for anime. There's another one. There's another one that I'm thinking of that I can't kind of like reach at the top of my head.
Well, any Mandarake, those. I think they had one in like one of the other areas. It's like a much tinier version of like the big one at Akihabara, but like they had like a smaller version that was like a couple of floors, and it had a bunch of stuff.
There's an anime store literally called Animex, something like that. I don't remember. What city is that? Ikebukuro. That's like female otaku land or whatever. Like all the girls buying like their doujinshi or whatever there.
Oh yeah, no, okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's that little strip mall of like little stores, and you go in there, 3/4 of them are like freaking yaoi stuff.
Yeah, oh my god, like you walk one floor and it's like all naked guys, and then like you walk the next floor, it's like old naked girls, and like, you know what? At least they know their customers.
Oh
Like
yeah,
they don't even
okay.
bother. They don't even bother censoring anything. You just like walk there. It's like everything's just there. Like
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I think
Yeah.
it's called it's like Annie something.
Yeah.
But there's like two of them. There's one in Akihabara for
Yeah,
sure. There's one in
right.
Ikebukuro. The one in Ikebukuro like definitely had all of that. There's also one I don't remember the dojinshi shop name, but it was like super huge and it was just like all filled with like one floor was all yaoi stuff, the next floor was all like everything else, and it's like
Yeah.
they don't censor it out there.
Animate.
Like,
That's what it's called, Flora. Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
Animate.
Animate.
Thank
That's
you.
what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, somebody was asking about your figure, the topless one. Is it Toho?
No, it is
Oh.
not Toho. It's more obscure than that. I can't even remember the name of it. It was like some weird like bullet hell game, and it was like we checked on Amazon. It was like, wait, is this a $350 figure? And it's really, really, really nice. I wish I could go and show it, but it's like super freaking. It's all out there. It's really pretty. And it has like monkeys and stuff. It has like little like clear monkeys. I don't know if it helps at all. I cannot remember the name of it.
Hand it to me, like off camera. Let me see what it looks like.
Okay, let me go grab
I'm
it.
gonna decipher this here.
Yeah, because I don't want to get you banned off of YouTube. But I'll show. I'll
I feel like a.
Well, I'll turn off the camera whenever you guys bring it. Like something. That's really funny. Yeah, no, like Japan is a lot of fun. Like I really want to go back so bad. Like I keep thinking about it. I'm like, as soon as I get a chance, we're gonna
There's
go.
so many
And,
people who I love to like have like a little like Japan like get together with. Yeah, here's the figure. It's from behind anyway.
let me turn off my camera real quick. Hold on one second.
If anyone here remembers the name of this character, here you go.
All right, show me.
Cover the bad stuff.
All right, guys. Can you guys see her face?
I don't
So
know if that
focus
would
on the
help at
face,
all.
not in the. I like how the rest of the boobies are like bigger, so much bigger than her face.
Yeah, and like her butt is huge too. It's like it's just
like
so
Martin's
funny.
this character here, like you think.
Man, you know what?
I
One of
really
these
like
days, you
Armageddon
guys are gonna
stuff.
get a request to do like a room tour. You guys should do that at your you guys' place.
Oh,
Okay.
pretty sure the penny.
It's okay. It's so small. I don't think anybody can see anything. I really don't think so.
No, okay, good. Thank God. So I'm like, I don't want you to accidentally go get flagged for knowing this character.
Like somebody will have to zoom in so badly just to get into there. It says no, doesn't ring the bell. Doesn't ring the bell. So I guess nobody can remember that.
No, it was like it took us like a good hour to go figure it out. Now I'm having like a brain fart on what it is. It's an older game.
I think from the 90s or 2000s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun, you guys. Like anybody out there, like if you guys are interested in going to Japan or anything, just definitely save some money. I spent like $5,000 just myself. Oh, I went by myself, guys.
Yeah.
I had some money saved up for that, and at the time my girlfriend at the time we were just kind of like in the verge of breaking up, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go to Japan. If you wanna come by, if you wanna come, I'll take you. You know, I have money to like an extra ticket or whatever. She said no, so I just went to Japan by myself. I had like the time of my life there. I did everything that I ever wanted to do. Just me hanging out, like going out there. Having fun. Went to a bunch of bars. I just did everything I ever wanted to do. Had so much fun.
Oh yeah. So did you know the language out there, or did you just kind of wing it?
I knew some, some words. I took like one class or two classes in college of Japanese. So I had I knew enough phrases to kind of like get around and just like ask for stuff, buy food and everything.
Oh yeah.
I tried one Japanese class in like college and it ended up being kind of terrible.
Yeah, so like the thing about it is there are certain places where they do make it like really foreigner friendly. Like everything is made like in English. They have menus in English and everything.
Yeah.
But there are some places that the menus are not in English. You better know what you want to eat, or you better be able to read Japanese, because the menus are in Japanese. Everything is just made for Japanese people and everything.
Yeah, there was like one place that was like that, and luckily we were with some friends who like spoke Japanese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So
we've got a friend around who like he was in Japan for a long time and he knew exactly what he was saying. Like even my other friend was kind of just like a little lost,
mhm.
but he like ordered it all like he knew exactly what he was doing, and it's like I wish I was that good with it, but I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm not as good with learning new languages as I was when I was younger. Because it's
Right.
like,
Yeah, it gets harder over time. The older you get, the harder it's gonna get to get to know the language and everything. I get it.
and it's like I already know. Thing is that I already know French. I know enough Spanish that if like people start talking, I know what they're saying. Still, and it's been, gosh, almost like 15 years since I've taken it. So
Hmm.
like I know enough where it's like I can recognize the language and I can speak to them as well. And people think I know Spanish, and I'm like, no, I literally just know the basics. French, I still remember like the back of my own hand, but it's like I try Japanese and I'm like, So I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't
it's rough.
know.
It's hard to learn it. You gotta kind of practice it too. It's really hard over here. I don't know anybody that speaks Japanese or anything.
No, it's super hard because
Our
it's like,
state doesn't even really have many Asians either. Like there's some states that they do have a pretty heavy Asian population, but over here it's really minimal, and majority is gonna be like people from like Vietnam or like Taiwan or like in that area. So it's not really like a way to like practice the language or anything like that.
yeah, it sucks. 'Cause it's like it'd be cool to learn the language, but I'm like, I tried, and it's very hard. Duolingo only gets you so
Oh
far.
yeah, Duolingo is like it's okay like to get you started, I guess, but it's really not a conversational tool. It's not made to like teach you like to speak or anything like that.
No, it's not. It's not made for that. It's made for you to like learn the basics,
Hmm.
and that's about it. Which sucks because it's like
Yeah.
I used it, and like I remember I was using Google. I remember I relied on Google Translate and like learning how to use the internet and like using the internet almost the entire trip. And we definitely traveled outside of Japan, and that was outside of Tokyo, and that was a mistake.
Oh yeah, anything outside of forget it. Everything outside of Tokyo is like nobody speaks English. There
We
was
went out to Lake Yamanakako, which is about an hour from Tokyo. This is an
yeah.
hour. It's
Mhm.
not like I went, like
Right.
freaking 4 or 5 hours away. Nobody spoke English
No,
out
not only
there.
that,
The manager
not
of the
only,
hotel didn't.
not only is that the case, but also you have like the other problem, which is like, um, not only did you not get people like don't speak English, like the trains are not translated anymore. Like
Oh yeah.
they don't in the main lines in Tokyo, they have a translation and they translate the words in English. Well, you know what station you are at and everything like that. But you get out of the main area of Tokyo and there's nothing translated, no signs translated. The lady in the like the voice that says like whatever line
Yeah,
you're in or whatever, nothing is translated anymore. So it's like,
yeah.
oh shit, like you better know what you're doing because
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah. I was literally like praying for Google Maps to also go and work like the entire time because I was like, oh my god, I don't want to go get lost out
that,
here and
that was
nobody knows
originally
it.
my my original concern when I started like when I was planning on going. I was like, I'm really concerned that I'm gonna get lost and like I'm not gonna have like a play. Like I'm just not gonna have fun. I'm gonna be lost. Something's gonna especially because I was by myself. So I'm like, I was my concern. I was like, man, something's gonna happen. But like, I was like super lucky. Like nothing happened. I was by myself and I had fun. Um, Japan is really safe. Like you can go in the
yeah.
middle of the night drunk. Nobody's gonna come
Yeah.
after you or
Yeah.
like be
Oh
or bother
yeah.
you or anything like that.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Oh, I got a story about that.
you have a story about that? So go
I
ahead.
have a story about that. So,
I figured some like
the same the same friend
Google.
that helped us out with translating, he took us to an all you can drink, a Nomi Hodai. That's what
Yeah.
the name of it is.
Hmm.
I got fucked up. And I got really fucked up. Like, we were there for 2 hours. I don't know how much I drank. I was really drunk. I don't know how I made it home, mind you. I don't know how I did it. But like I walked like 30 minutes home because I was like, I don't know if the trains are running anymore because I think it was actually like really late. And I was like, oh, we're only 30-minute walk away. We'll sober up. I blinked and I somehow made it back to the place we were staying at. And I'm like, how did I get here? And it's like, I don't normally do the blackout drunk sort of stuff, but like, no one bothered me. No one harassed us. The worst we ever got out there was people thought Trash King was a woman on multiple instances.
Oh,
like,
really?
because, yeah, Trash King's got like long hair, and it, like at the time it was not down to his butt, but it was like long enough where it's like that combined with like, you know, he's got, you know, like a feminine baby face. Like, people thought he was a girl. So, and like, they thought that we were a lesbian couple because I like the first 3 days we were there. I started texting one of my friends. I'm like, so every time we get on the train and sit next to each other and like hold hands or anything, I'm always getting strange looks from people. And he's like, they probably think you're gay. And it was like, it was partially I think because like, you know, foreigners as well, like, oh, a foreigner person, but also like it wasn't just that. Like some people gave us like really, really, really dirty looks. I'm like, I don't think it's just, you know, the foreigner hate. I think there's something more there. And yeah, like nobody bothered us. It was like really funny. What are you looking for, babe?
I'm just thinking food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, like no, it's really safe. Nobody bothers you. Like,
I got lost one time in Japan, and I arrived at this Turkish neighborhood. And I'm not gonna lie, that was the best. I was super hungry. It was like, let me tell you, it was like, I think the last lines to go, they go on like 8 or 9, or something like that, like 9, 10. It's like really it's not early. Super late. They don't. That's the whole thing about Japan that people don't get. They close the lines for the trains really early. It's not like you can go like 1 in the morning and then come back. Like, they have like specific schedules. I think I just had just it was like the second or third day, and I was like, I'm really hungry, but I was just walking. You know, I was just walking around Shibuya, and I was like, all right. So I heard the wrong station. Like I said, like not all the stations are like translated to English. So I heard the wrong one, and I got out like 1 or 2 before the one I was supposed to get out. And I was just walking around. I was like, shit, I don't know my way around here. So I'm just walking around trying to find somebody who speaks English. And like, I'm starting to see like the people look really brown and like not Asian. And I was like, where the fuck am I right now? They almost look like Hispanic. And I'm Hispanic too. I was like, okay, maybe I can find somebody that speaks Spanish. They're like, they were Turkish. They were not Spanish.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah. So then it was like
I didn't even know that they had like a Turkish population out there. That's wild.
Yeah. And like I smell something that smells really good. Like something like I was like, man, something's starting to smell really, really good. So I walk around and I find like this, like it's just like some random spot. Like it's not even like a restaurant. It's just like some lady like cutting some meat on the middle of the street. Like you know, like a little stand, and I'm like, I was trying to order some food, and I was like, I don't know what it is, so I want some of that, and it was like $2-3, and I had it. I was like, oh my god, this is like the best meal that I had the entire time. Like the best meal was like this Turkish food that I had. I don't even know what it is. Like I tried to find it here in the U.S. and I could never like find the dish or what it was or whatever. Like I enjoyed it so much. I was like, really, really, really want some of that again.
Wow, I did not know that. Like, first of all, there was, you know, like a big Turkish population in Tokyo somewhere. Yeah, because like I think the first night we just went to like some random restaurant because we were exhausted, and it was only like 10 o'clock at night, so it was kind of still a little bit on the early end. Yeah. And like, we were in like a very suburban area the first week we were there, and then we were in a hostel we were in a hotel the second week, then a hostel.
Yeah. Hostels kind of suck.
The hostels suck. Don't stay in a hostel.
But they're very cheap though.
Yeah, they're incredibly
that's
cheap.
The one thing is you sacrifice one thing for the other. Like I stayed at a love hotel for like 2 days, and they suck.
Oh my God.
The walls are like made out of paper. So like,
oh God, everything.
Like when you go to a love hotel, you're not going to sleep. Like it's not meant for sleeping. You know, everybody knows what they're for. So
not
like
that kind of sleeping.
Yeah. So like you're not gonna be sleeping. So like if you thought you were gonna save some money,
Yeah.
Capsule hotels are like the very best next thing right next to that, but I'm claustrophobic, so like I can't do capsule hotels. Did you guys try those?
Like a normal hotel at one point. It was like $100 a night. Maybe it was a love hotel, but I never heard anything like
I did one that
weird.
it was like very small and it was kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was really tiny. So
Yeah. Oh my god. A lot of places are really tiny. They're just like so small. Yeah, that's one thing that Japan will make you feel like a giant, even if you're like normal, average size in the U.S.
yeah,
When you go to
Oh yeah.
Japan, like the bathrooms are like they're almost like hidden closets. Some like even McDonald's has like these bathrooms. They're like super small. You're like, what is going on? Why is everything so like small and little?
that's what's so great because like if Trash Can goes forward in the it on like a sidewalk because he walks so much faster than I do. I just have to go look for like the really tall person amongst like everyone who's a lot shorter than him, and
Yeah.
I just find him. Like it's like I do that already in America because it's like usually like a 6 foot tall person stands out a lot, like
Mhm.
in the crowd. But he was like, "Oh, I see you," and I would just watch him like walk on by, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And just everyone was like a lot tinier there. I did notice that too, and I'm like, I'm not even like a tall person. I'm kind of short, and like everyone there was like shorter than I was.
Right. Yeah, for real. No, it was. It's like it's interesting. There are some aspects that I was like that I kind of miss for some reason. Like I love the automatic bathrooms. Like I love those for some reason. I thought that was like fun. I was
I
like,
miss the bidets.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like I just
Oh yeah,
love that. Like
bidets.
yeah.
Good.
And then
I miss that.
I love going to the onsen. Like I went there as much as I could.
Yes.
Like I just like it's just a good experience. That it's like it's really relaxing. Like you just go and chill and relax
Yeah.
and everything.
One week we were there, they had like like the public baths. It was only like $2-3 to get in or something like that. It was just nice.
Hmm. Yeah, it's nice. It's just a nice experience overall. I went to this Odaiba. Did you guys go to Odaiba?
We did go to
Yeah, that's where the for people that don't know, Odaiba is where the Gundam is. They have
That's
the
cool.
Gundam cafe there too, and they have a giant Gundam store there. Like literally, you can build your own Gundam. They have like pieces that you can custom make a Gundam for and everything. Everything that you ever wanted that is there. Anyway, I missed my what I was saying. Jesus, where was I going with this conversation?
sorry,
Uh,
Godma just like jumped in my lap and is like, "Hi, I'm here now."
yeah, the it's just everything is just. Oh yeah, I was in Odaiva, and I just like at the end of the day, it like stormed really bad that day, and I was
Oh
like, you
wow.
know what, I'm super wet and I feel like icky and stuff and everything, and and then I just went to an onsen that was to be there, but that one felt uncomfortable because that one was like a family onsen, like everybody is naked there, like like in the same area and everything, so it's kind of like more uncomfortable. Like
I prefer the separate genders.
yeah, I prefer that too. It's just kind of it's a little relaxing and stuff. I don't want to see like this saggy old lady's titties just like hanging out there,
Yeah,
like and the
like
little kids there and everything like running around. I'm like here like I kind of just want to just sit there and relax and everything. And because Odaiba is like a major like area where a lot of people foreigners are going to like visit and stuff. It's not like some other areas that is just like Japanese people, but you really have like a lot of. There's some parts that
yeah,
there's no way to avoid people like foreigners and stuff. Like that's all you're
yeah.
gonna see. Like when you
Oh
go to
yeah.
Disneyland, that's all you're gonna see. Like sure, I'm sure they go. Japanese people go too, but a good chunk of people that go is like other foreigners. But by the
Yeah,
way,
I definitely saw more like Asian foreigners
yeah,
at Disney. Like there was a lot more
right,
Chinese and Korean people. Like when we were out there, it was definitely a lot less
right.
Japanese.
Like
I
yeah.
think the onsen we went to was not like that. That was very hole in the wall looking. It looked like really suspicious. But like only people that were in there was like a young mom with her kid, and she showed me what to do. She was really nice, and then she just went off with her kid and didn't bother me afterwards.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a good experience. Other than the one that I told you that I was like, oh man, that was like it's too much people. It's not like a little bit of people. There's like a ton of people just sitting there, like almost like just too many people. It's like too crowded and everything. And like I want
Yeah.
to go there to relax and chill, but because there's a ton of people, it's like they start to get loud and everything. Like Japanese have like a specific etiquette for everything. They're not like really loud or anything, but when you're
Yeah.
like a bunch of people from like a lot of different countries and stuff, like they don't
Oh, yeah.
follow the etiquette of like the area and stuff. They just get loud and everything. That happened a few
Yeah.
times. Like when I was in the train, and you can always see like there is somebody like an American or something. There was
Yeah,
like
you
a
always get some
group
foreigners.
over there, and like you see it in the train, and sure it can be crowded like with like 100 people and like sandwiched together, but there's no like nobody's being loud or anything. But like the Japanese people, but there's like this one American dude or like the group over there is like being loud and like yelling at each other.
Yeah.
Like I mean, like oh man, it's almost embarrassing that we're Americans. We're like I'm very embarrassed how you're acting right now.
Oh yeah, like oh god. So story time again. We were on our way back from Lake Yamanaka, so we had to go take this train, and I'm like, it's in the middle of fucking nowhere. I'm talking like, uh, it's called Gotemba, I believe,
Hmm.
Premium Outlets, and it's like an hour from here, and it did have a shopping center and stuff, but like the train we needed to take was like really like out there. So we're waiting, and we get on the train immediately. This American comes in with a screaming child,
Oh yeah.
and everyone on the train just glared. We were all like even like me, I'm like, okay, I'm not a big fan of kids. I don't like kids screaming in my face. I was like, dude, what the heck? All of the, and there were a lot of, Japanese people. They were like, what the heck? Why are you, here? And like, shut your kid up. And finally, they got the hint like way afterwards. So like, oh, maybe I should go to the other
Yeah.
car and calm my kid down. But like, yeah, you can kind of tell the foreigners all the time from the Japanese people. And I'm like, as
Right.
a
Yeah.
loud person, you definitely will go tell the difference between me and like obviously as a loud person,
Yeah.
I try to be kind of quiet, after a bit,
Oh
but
yeah.
Yeah. You just kind of have to like adapt to like the area and
yeah,
everything. Like you're like kind of like the one in Rome. You have to just behave how everybody's behaving. At least that's how I feel about it. I'm like, just follow the rules and everything. But yeah, it's fine. Like, but Japanese people won't like tell you straight up. They just kind of look at you, kind of like give you like a nasty look or something like that.
they'll give you a look like, hey, shut up. And
Yeah,
then,
they're like
like me, an American going, hey, shut your kid up. And like,
yeah. And over here, you're just like they're over there. They're just not. They're just gonna give you a nasty look, and kind of just like
yeah,
until you stop behaving bad or something. I don't know.
exactly.
I just get embarrassed. Like I'm like, oh man, that sucks. Although there, you see some weird things in the train too. I saw this guy, this old guy, just like watching hentai.
Oh
Like
my god.
Really?
yeah, in the train, he's just like, and I knew because he had his headphones on, but like you could see the reflection of his cell phone.
Amazing.
He's like with his headphones on and he's like watching behind. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna judge, but it's just kind of weird that he's like watching it in the train.
That's
Like,
just hilarious.
I'll wait until
Like,
I'm home for that. I don't
weird.
know.
Like, it's totally weird, but it's really funny.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like one of those like funny experiences, and I'm like, ah, it's just funny. To me, it's just funny. I'm just gonna have fun about it.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna sit?
Yeah, Gadamon's like,
She keeps coming over to my leg, and it's like, I'm gonna go and, like, make biscuits, and then just run away, and then come back. But yeah, I miss Japan. I want to go
Okay.
back. I wish you would let us
Oh,
in.
me
but
too.
I
Me
want
too.
to
I
go
am.
back.
I am. I cannot wait for the whenever I get a chance to go to Japan. It's gonna be super fun. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what? I really miss public transportation the way the Japanese do it.
Right?
It's like it's on a whole other level. Like it's so evolved and it's comfortable and cheap. Like I don't know. Like I spent maybe $100 total in like the entire time that I went everywhere all the time. Like the 2 3 weeks that I had, I was like back and forth and everything. I went like you guys were saying. Like I went around like two areas that were like an hour or two far away from Tokyo and everything. Like I was just going everywhere. I was like, I'm only here for a specific amount of time. I really need to see as much as I can.
Yeah. I
There
just
you
want to
do.
go and experience the world, and, like, And it's a whole different culture. I do miss the public transportation. I mean, but then again, like out here in Colorado, that doesn't really vary. Like, you got some public transportation. Apparently, we have trains here that take you all the way to Yellowstone. I learned,
Oh yeah.
which is pretty cool because that's like all the way in Wyoming. Apparently, it takes you to Salt Lake City, which is like the northern part of Yellowstone or something like that, or it takes you to North Gate or something. But it's
really?
like it's so limited. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I learned this because a girl came out last week and we were trying to link up, but she had a whole group of friends and it was just like hard to go and meet up. And apparently, like, she took a train all the way to Yellowstone. I'm like, wait, a train to Yellowstone? And I looked it up and I'm like, well, I'll be damned, that's real. Are you Grubhubbing shit?
Yeah.
No, I'm like I think about like what to get like when it hits midnight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, he's on a like eating schedule where like his calories reset at midnight, so he usually like eats like late at night and then like eats a little bit eats the rest during the day. I see him have Grubhub and I'm like, ooh, food.
I hear like that's like
Yeah,
midnight.
I don't know. I had like a specific diet that I was doing for like I think like a year that I was kind of like, so I have like some gastrointestinal problems, so I can't eat meat. It makes me really sick.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Part of
like
that
my
sucks.
protein comes from like fish and chicken,
Huh.
and like I cannot do red meat. Everything red meat just gets me like from pork to like beef, and it just makes me really sick. And for sometimes I just like I take some time and I'm like, okay, like I really miss meat. Like I like eating meat. Like I can't lie. I love eating meat. It's enjoyable. Like it's fun, especially if you go to like places like yakiniku, which is kind of like the Korean barbecue kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
I
you
guess.
can't go and like miss out on
Oh,
that.
Yeah, you
Good
can't really
stuff.
miss out on that kind of stuff. And I went like all the way to like, what is this beef? It's like specific beef type in Japan. It's like you can only buy it in Japan. It's Japanese beef.
Oh,
And is really expensive, like hundreds of dollars.
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it, but I know what you're talking about.
And yeah, I just went and bought myself a 200 like $150 piece of steak, and I was like, you know what, I can't eat beef often, but I'm gonna do it today. And like I loved it so much. It was so good. And that's the one thing about Japan though, they don't really consume chicken a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
it's
I noticed
mainly
that.
like pork and beef and fish, of course, all the stuff. But like, do not expect to find chicken. Like I was like, the only places where I could eat chicken was like McDonald's and KFC.
Yeah, I remember it was definitely more like beef, so which looks like, it's really funny because everyone talks about how they lost weight, while they were in Japan and everything, and I'm like, no, I actually gained about 10 pounds.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? I lost a lot of
Yeah.
weight too. When I was in Japan, I think I lost like 10 pounds. Just
No,
from
I
like,
gained about 10.
really, and I ate, like I said, I ate like everything that I wanted. I was like eating so much. The one thing about ramen, somebody just mentioned how they like ramen. So the traditional way of making ramen, the broth is from the bones of pork or beef. They boil it until it becomes like this like soggy substance, which is the liquid of the ramen.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't
Oh,
eat
yeah.
that. It makes me sick. That's part of the meat and everything. I have to eat like soy based ramen. But not
Oh.
every place has soy based ramen. Like you have to look. It's like it's not like an everywhere place thing or anything. Although I did find this really nice place when I was just it's always the mom and pop shops that they have like the better stuff for some reason.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Yeah, like sure, there are some really big restaurants. Like the thing about Japan is they love shopping malls. Like you think America loves shopping malls?
Oh, yeah.
Japan has like they outsell shopping malls in America like 1 to 10. Like every single tower that you see has a shopping mall floor somewhere.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
yeah, like hell, I don't know. Like I even did Uber Eats in Japan. Did you guys order ever like?
No, we just went out and got it.
Yeah, I like one time I was like super tired and I was like, I went to the to 7-Eleven, which is also super huge, and I got like a bunch of combi food, like
Yeah.
convenience food and everything. And I'm just like sitting, and I'm like, oh man, I'm so tired, and I call some friends and everything because I also have friends that live in Japan and everything, and I was like, everybody was like busy that day. It was like a weekday. It wasn't like on a weekend
Yeah.
or anything. So I was like, all right, forget it. I'm just gonna go home and like relax and eat some food. And I was like, I was eating some kind of bread. I was like, I kind of really want to eat pizza. So
Yeah.
I went to Uber Eats and I ordered pizza.
Huh.
I like the pizzas are so different too. They're not
Yeah.
New York style pizza. They're like Italian style pizza. So like it's like a completely different type of pizza altogether.
Yeah. Like, I remember. Okay, did you ever go to Jonathan's in Japan?
Those are so good.
The Jonathan's? Did you ever have that?
What was it?
Jonathan's?
Jonathan's. No.
It's a family restaurant. Oh, okay. So probably the reason why I gained like 10 pounds while I was out there is because there's a place called Jonathan's in Japan. It's a family restaurant. It's kind of what it's called. It's like
There's a lot of them.
there's a lot of them. It's like a chain restaurant,
Yeah.
but they have the best breakfast foods. Oh my gosh. Like they have everything. I remember I think I ordered like one of those like fluffy little pancakes out there. They
Ah,
had
those are good. Yeah.
yeah, they had dinner foods too, but I don't know. The dinner foods don't hit the same as like the breakfast foods though. But they have what they call like an all you can drink bar, and
Yeah.
it's like it's got everything. It's got like normal coffee. It's got like matcha tea, like everything.
Yeah, all I can drink.
Yeah,
bar.
and you can drink all of it. It's literally only like $4 for that stuff.
Nice. Somebody said in the comments that they had Naruto style ramen. I had actual Naruto ramen from the Shonen Jump World store.
Yeah.
I forgot to get that. I think it was might have been closed when we were there because I remember we were trying to like rush on out of there because there was only like 30 minutes till closing.
Oh really? No, I spent like the whole day at the Shonen Jump World, and I had food there twice. There's literally the ramen shop from Naruto. Like there's an actual stand there, and you can go and order food there and everything. And I had Naruto ramen like for Naruto or whatever. That was fun. I had that, and I don't know. No, I wasn't a fan of everything. For example, the takoyaki, the little octopus balls things.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of that. I don't know. I'm not a fan of like the sour sweet thing because it's like it's octopus, of course, so it's gonna be like salty. But then like the sauce that they put on top is sweet, and then obviously the pancake. It's a pancake actually. The the thing the breading that goes around the octopus is a pancake
Yeah.
type thing. Yeah. So like I wasn't a fan of. Did you guys have that?
I think we had it once. I did not mind it myself. I'm trying to think of any food in Japan I really disliked. I can't say for sure.
Hmm.
Oh no, there is a food I disliked actually. So I tried like octopus sushi while I was out there because
Oh really?
a buddy of mine treated us to some sushi, and it was way too chewy. It was like really chewy and gross.
Oh really? I had a.
Yeah,
Honestly, I had everything from like the anime, like stuff that was like, if I ever go to Japan because of the anime, I want to eat that. Not like in a weeb kind of sense, more like in a,
yeah,
like you guys ever seen Food Wars?
Yeah, that's
yes.
a good show.
Like
I love it.
it's anime porn. It's like an anime porn. It's anime food porn. Like the like
I
anime
mean,
food porn. The anime like that. They make the dishes look so good. And I was like, if I ever go to Japan, I really wanna have like the dishes that look super delicious in an anime. Like like Spirited Away or anything. And they have like the eggs or everything. Like I always wanted to try
yeah.
the what's the omurice.
Oh yeah, the omurice. I had that as well. I think I had it at like a maid
Yeah.
cafe. That was so
Oh, me
good.
too. I had a omurice in at a maid cafe. Like I was like, I felt awkward about it because I was like, I really don't. I feel like I'm past the age for the anime cafe. But then I go inside, and it's like a bunch of adults and everything. I was like, all right. But that's the whole thing about it, though, guys. If you don't know, if you can go into the wrong into the wrong places unless you're intending to go. The maid
Oh, I
cafe
mean,
that
you
I
guys
went was like a massage anime cafe.
Oh my god.
I'm using quotation marks here, okay? You can't see it.
Oh my god.
I didn't know, like, I wasn't trying to search for them or anything. But one of the girls gave me a pamphlet. She was a maid. She gave me a thing, and I was like, oh, 10% off. You know, it's just like right on the corner. So I just went and had some food.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, like we went to Maydream and we kind of went to like the more like corporatized one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The maid. Yeah, I know which one you're. Yeah, I know exactly which one you're talking about. They had like big advertisements like on the walls
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
Like everywhere you went in Akihabara, they were hanging out there.
Oh yeah. There's an underwear store right next to that one.
Yeah.
Did you guys go to?
Oh yeah, I think I went into the underwear store. Actually, no, that was. I
There's
think
a capsule
I did,
underwear. Like you put a coin there and you get like underwear on a capsule.
Oh yeah, the underwear machines. I have underwear for that, yeah. And I was thinking of the other underwear shop in Ueno where I went in there and I said, I want to go and buy this, and the woman said, that's way too small for you. You need this one. She gives me the biggest size bra. And I'm like, I'm flattered, but thank you. That's way too big. And she like was 100% convinced that this was like the right size, but I was like, buddy of mine was with us, and
you're like, I know the size of my
and like he was just watching all of this because it's like he's gay, but he came in with me because he's like, you might need a translator or anything, and like he was like watching this whole thing and just laughing, and I'm like, this isn't the right size. Can you get me one smaller? Oh yeah. They were like 100% convinced, and like it took sober long. I was like, no, this is the right size. She's like, okay, and then finally she gave up.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Like I was looking for King Kong. I don't remember Shibuya. I think where's the King Kong in? Oh no, Godzilla. Hold on one second. Let me.
I went to that too.
Godzilla.
I think I remember.
Okay, Tokyo Godzilla is in Shinjuku, and I don't. If you guys don't know, Shinjuku is right next to the red zone, where they have all the prostitution parlors.
Oh wow!
It's right next to it. So I was looking for King Kong. I'm walking around for Godzilla. I'm walking around, and next thing I know, there's like a bunch of guys in suits, like like the what do you call those? There's the guys that do the male gigolos that are like hanging around too. They have a word. They have a specific word.
I don't know the word for it, but it's basically a pimp.
Exactly.
There's like host clubs basically. They're like just standing out there, and I was like, why is everybody like they're like so dressed up? They're like standing outside of their respective like places or whatever. I'm just like walking around like there's gotta be something going on. This like feels weird.
Oh
my
God.
And then like you see the yakuza like standing like on the corners too, and then you're like, oh man, they walk to like a really sketchy part, and I walk around and I see the big red arc, and I was like, oh that's why. Yeah, so it's like I was like confused. I was like, oh man, I'm just trying to find a Godzilla picture.
I'm trying to find Godzilla, and now I'm in the red light district.
Yeah, exactly.
That was like that one time we ended up in the red light district in frickin' Baltimore. You remember that?
Really?
Yeah. Okay, so we were in Baltimore, and we were looking for the Subway, like the food place Subway. Actually, we were looking for Slurpees, but we had Subway afterwards because we were hungry. And I was like, okay, so my GPS is telling me to go right. I ended up in like a red light district, and there were like definitely some very shady stuff going on. I'm like, I don't think I'm supposed to be here. So yeah, no, it's like it's weird, but also you're just like, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just a passerby.
Yeah, you just happen to be there. You're not actively looking for something or anything. I don't know. There's some good experiences in Japan. I'll say like as long as you're interested in something, don't feel uncomfortable. Go and try it out. Nobody's judging you. Maybe I don't know, but I never felt like judged to like whatever. I went to the maid cafe and I had my fun and I ate and I did what I wanted to do and everything. So like, don't be ashamed. You'll be ashamed for.
It's 100% okay to live out your cringy weeb dreams in Japan if you really want to. Just obviously be respectful.
Right. Yeah. As long as you're not being rude or anything, like Japanese people are really respectful, and they're like, they're never gonna approach you or like tell you things or whatever. They may give you looks or whatever.
You would approach them before they approach you.
Yeah, except for like the one time I was like walking around like Ikebukuro, and some people like approached me, and I was like, I was like, what are they selling? That was like my first thing. Like the only people that are gonna approach you are like people that are trying to sell you something,
Yeah.
or like something's going on, and these were like Christians, like they were like Christian missionaries or whatever. They were trying to spread the word of God and giving me a Bible. I was like, I don't read Japanese, and
That's really weird.
oh, what language do you speak? And they pull out like a backpack and they got like Bibles and like other languages
Oh my
and stuff.
God.
I was like, whoa, why am I answering questions right now? And I was like, I'm good. I'm not interested or whatever. And they were insistent. Like they didn't give up.
Yeah.
They were like they like walk with me. And I was like, oh, what
Oh,
made
yeah.
you come to Japan? Or like stuff like that. I was like, I really don't feel comfortable like answering these questions. Like,
Yeah.
have a
like
good day. Like, enjoy your religion, but like, leave me alone.
That's so
And
weird.
that was like the only time that I was kind of like a little kind of like weird at. I was like, I don't know, but oh, seriously, guys, when you go to like the temples and stuff, be respectful.
Yeah.
I've seen
Yeah.
some people do some pretty weird stuff.
Oh yeah, I try to
Just be respectful. And you're not part of their religion or anything.
Exactly.
Don't try to do the religious stuff. Like it's a serious thing for them. I've seen like people try to do like the religious stuff and everything, and I'm kind of like, that's kind of rude. I feel like that's kind of rude. Like I'm not part of the religion, so like I'm not gonna go there and like do their thing or anything. It's just,
Weird
like,
because sometimes they encourage it. Like I remember when we went up to a temple with like the lady that was doing like
Mhm.
the kimono tour that we did. She wanted us to do it, so I'm like, okay, fine. But like, yeah, no, I normally don't do that. I just wanted to go and kind of look inside and take pretty pictures and stuff.
Oh yeah. Me too. Like not that, but more like there's specific things that they do for like, for example,
Yeah.
they had like they were having these little hats that were putting into these babies made out of like rock or something like that. And basically, it's a thing. I asked somebody because I was curious about it. But basically, what it is for like, for like pregnant women. Just like for wishing them the kids to grow well and healthy and whatever. But like tourists were like doing that too. I was like, that's kind of off. Like that's not like going to the tapping your hands and throwing a coin and.
Exactly.
Like that's one thing, but that's like an actual like religion thing that they're doing there. Like that's kind of off. And then I saw a wedding too. They were like that was really nice though. But like I was like I also felt awkward. I was like being there because I'm like trying to take pictures of the temple. But I was like I
Yeah.
don't really want to like take pictures of the wedding or anything. Like that's
Yeah.
a very personal thing. Like.
It's the same energy as going to a church and seeing a wedding there. You don't go and take pictures of the wedding. You're there. if you're
Right,
just-
yeah, like you're literally there for like the thing or whatever. Like you're not really going to like take pictures of the people on the wedding or something like that. Or like seeing them in kimonos and stuff. To you it maybe look like beautiful and like, oh, they're wearing kimonos and stuff, but like they're doing that for a ceremony. Like they're not there for like cosplay or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know.
And another
Yeah, go ahead.
on another different note, another thing you will probably notice, this is for females only. There are areas in Japan that are males only, we learned.
There's like floors of like adult stores where it's like males
Oh,
only. So
Yeah,
That's
it's
right.
weird.
Yeah. We're there only one guys in that area. Yeah, and I feel like it's because a lot of the like Japanese guys are, like shy, from what I've been told, and they don't. That like somebody told me that they were like shy and they didn't want to be judged or something. Like they feel like uncomfortable, which is I mean I guess I don't know, I don't judge or anything. Some things are like the women in Japan are like really proactive, like in the dating scene. Like some
Yeah.
girls bought me drinks while I was like I wasn't like I didn't think that was a thing like in Japan, but like they were actively like seeking guys to like buying them drinks and like asking them to dance and stuff. Which is like in the US, so like it's like the other way around. Like the guys are like trying to pursue girls and stuff. But
Those
then
are
like
also probably gaijin hunters. Yeah, there were probably women looking for foreigners.
right, probably I don't know. I was like, I'll take a drink, and I was like, I don't get roofied. Like wake up in like like you wake up in like some random area in Japan, like missing organs and stuff like. I don't know, like it's like one of those like I don't want to get too drunk and then like you disappear and they never hear of you again.
Yeah, like we never had any of that. I know gaijin hunters are very, very, very much a thing in Tokyo for specifically usually girls going after men. And for the most part, but like probably because we were together as a couple, like no one ever tried to do that with
True.
us.
Yeah, or maybe they thought you guys were a lesbian couple.
Yeah, no, they probably thought we were lesbians, which I mean makes them like shy away even further, probably.
No, that's funny. I'm sorry. I just had to bring it back again because you guys
Yeah,
made me
no,
laugh so much about it.
people sometimes think Trash King is a girl
Oh, yeah,
until he
somehow.
starts talking, and then it's like, oh, and it's really funny when he's in crossplay. Because he did cross-dressing Cloud a few years back for a con in Memphis. We were parking, and the guy running the booth was like, "Hey, ladies, what do you need?" And obviously, he says what he needs, and the guy was very confused, and it was really funny just seeing him like trying to figure it out.
It's always funny. Yeah, it's always funny. I have friends that do crossplay a lot. So yeah, this was one of my friends who's a female and does crossplay with guys. She does like spot on, like really well made, like
Yeah, same
she'll
here,
wear like
man.
bandages and everything, and like the wigs and the makeup, like even like the facial hair and everything. I'm like, if I didn't know you, I will like 100% think you're a dude. Like you're,
Oh yeah, a lot of
yeah,
those cross players can like look more manly than I do.
right, right. Like
There's some who are
I've
like,
seen a lot of cosplayers that do things like Joker, for example, from Persona 5, and you're like, holy shit, like you're 100% like much more of a dude looking than like everybody I know.
Yeah, like I do crossplay, but the problem is that it is hard. Like the whole binding thing, it's like yeah, I can wear a binder and stuff. It looks good though when I'm like doing the more like muscular, like masculine
Yeah.
dudes. That look kind of like little. They're still I'm baby, like Alexander or Link. Like usually that turns out decent. Hey, child.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, cosplay is fun. It's fun. It's fun. I was
Yeah.
thinking about like buying some cosplays in Japan because like there's also like the anime store we're talking about. They sell cosplay there. Like there's a bunch of
Oh
stores
yeah.
that sell cosplay and everything. And I'm like, man, I really want to spend. And they weren't like that expensive. Like props
No,
too. And they
weren't.
even had like they offered like shipping to like America and stuff like that. Like you had to be at the store, but they were willing to ship it to you. And I was like, man, like I really want to buy like some props and like, like they had everything. Like that was like a dream store for like a cosplayer. They had like the
Yeah.
materials to make them. They had like the paint and like everything that you need to like make
Oh
your
yeah.
props and to make your cosplay and everything. And, like the wigs and everything. They had like floors
There's like
just full
6
of like
floors if I
stuff.
remember. It's 4 to 6
Yeah,
floors.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
really cool.
Actually, what cosplays did we buy out there? So I did actually buy a few costumes out there. I bought RE3 Jill Valentine.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Uh,
nice. Yeah.
or no, it was RE3 Jill Valentine, and I like literally did not wear that until like last year, for a set, and it actually it fit a lot better now than it did back then because I bought it a little bit bigger because it was literally like $10. It was a full costume for $10. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, fine. It's a little big. Maybe I'll grow into it. And I'm like, oh, this fits perfectly now.
Right on. I'm
And
glad to hear that. Yeah, no, I always kind of like, I really wanted to buy some, but I was like, I don't, I want to kind of like get the right sizes and everything. And I'm like, I don't really want to worry too much. And they also had bought so much shit already. Like within
yeah,
like the first 3 days, I like spent like $3,000 and like, I
dang.
was like, I need to stop because I was worried. I was like, am I gonna be able to even eat by the end of the week? And I was just, everything is just there. And I was like, the last day I was like, I need to go to. Did you guys actually stay in line for like the Square Enix cafe?
Yeah,
It's like
Oh,
an
we
yeah.
had the
hour,
World End
like
Cafe.
a
Yeah,
few
yeah.
hours wait.
No, we walked right in.
Oh no! So you didn't eat there?
Oh, not that cafe. No, it was closed by the time we got to it.
Oh really? Okay, yeah. You can stand in line and wait there for like hours, and eat at the actual cafe, and they have like dishes from like the different Final Fantasy games. They have like Kingdom Hearts dishes too.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, it was like a little like pod looking place. It's right near the Square Enix building, if I remember.
Yeah, it's just cool. There's so many. There's just so much to look at. I
Yeah.
don't know. There's just too much sometimes. I'm like, oh my god. It's overwhelming a little bit.
Yeah. It's overwhelming, but it was a good overwhelm. And
Oh
I
yeah,
remember we
definitely. Yeah.
saw like a lot of like cool places, and yeah, I really wish we could have done it, but yeah, reservations to get into that were like booked for like a month.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. You had to have planned some stuff.
Yeah,
Uh,
and we definitely did not plan that one. We planned the World Ends With You Cafe, which was really cool, and that was
oh
empty.
really?
That was
I was
empty.
unlucky that they had just closed the Persona 5 cafe when I went.
Oh,
And then they were opening it next week, the week that I was leaving, because they were Persona 5 anime. The anime was coming out, so they were reopening it that week. The week that they
oh,
like 2 days after I was leaving, I was like, so, oh, I was so upset about it. But I did get to see the commercial for the Persona 5 anime, like the trailer, like on regular TV. I was just chilling watching TV, and I just saw the commercial. I was like, holy crap, what? They have Persona advertisements on like the regular TV.
It's awesome.
that's so cool. I
Yeah, yeah.
remember we tried to watch like something on like regular TV, and I remember like, oh, cool, but you know, you obviously can't go and understand it because you don't know Japanese.
Oh yeah, there was like anime on,
Right.
like no subtitles.
Yeah,
There's no
and no
subtitles.
subtitles.
It's like they remind me of the there's a meme that I've seen that's like when you go to Japan there's no subtitles.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
I was like,
that's
oh
literally
yeah,
what it
that's so
is.
true. Although you can buy, there's this machines that you can buy for like $100, and it will translate what people are saying.
Yeah,
Have you
yeah,
seen those things? Yeah, you just
I
put it
think
right
we
next to
have.
what they
yeah.
say something, and it can translate it back to you in English. I was like, that's too much money, and I don't really need it. You just say that you don't speak Japanese and move on with your life.
Yeah.
Or you can
Yeah.
just ask them if they speak English. I don't know. It's kind of funny because Japan has like a lot of people really try to like speak to you in English. It's almost like really really funny about it because I had a friend that no, 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 friend. I was standing in line, and then this couple in front of me were French, and the person the Japanese person was trying to speak to them in English, and they were like they kept on asking French, French, French,
Oh
and the
no.
Japanese person was like confused about it or whatever,
Yeah, it's
and
like you.
yeah, and I was just like, oh man, I feel bad for them because like
Yeah.
you're not gonna be able to get do anything here. So finally, they kind of like they kind of like move around, and I was like, it was my turn, and the Japanese person didn't try to speak to me in English. They just straight up spoke to me in Japanese, and I was like, do I look Asian enough for you or?
God.
Yeah, like they didn't try to speak to me in Japanese. So I was like, okay, yeah, like I don't take offense, and I could like understand enough to like ask for directions. I was like trying to
Yeah.
go to the bigger floors. There's like when you go to one of the towers. So Japan has a bunch of towers, and you can actually collect these stamps on every tower. And there's like this passport thing that you can stamp on them, and you can actually go and collect a prize if you get stamps on all of the towers. So I was trying to do that, but I was like, I don't have enough time to go to every tower and get the stamp because you have to go all the way to the top of the tower, and there's like somebody that goes and stamps it for you. So I was
Huh.
trying to find it one place. You guys didn't see that?
I know of it. I know that they had. I remember them advertising it at Tokyo Tower. I just never ever did it.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
remember.
there's like a bunch of towers that they have, and like you can you get the stamps and everything. I don't know. I didn't go to all of them, but I was trying to at first. And I was like, don't forget about it. Yeah, we've been drinking too, King. The other King Narukami was like, I've been drinking. I was like, we've been drinking too.
We've been drinking too. I know that.
We're all drinking tonight. It's
We're
it's,
all
it's
drinking.
Friday at night. We gotta have some fun and chill and everything. Everybody had plans to Japan, and then COVID hit.
Trying to go back in 2020.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I'm glad I like went when I did.
yeah, me too. I'm like, I'm glad that I had the fun that I did when I went, because I was like, I kind of feel like now I'm like I really want to go back, and maybe I will at some point, but it's a lot of money. Like I said, when I went by myself, I spoiled myself. Everything that I ever wanted to go do in Japan, I did it.
Yeah,
So
we afforded it because a few months beforehand, my grandfather passed away in July, and I got a message from my aunt saying, "Hey, Grandpa left you a little bit of money, and he left me like $3,000, so that covered like
Most of it.
most of it. It covered most of the funds for everything, and like." You know, it was kind of like his last like gift to me because like we reconnected a few years beforehand because we were talking for like almost like 15 years, but we reconnected before he passed away. So
yeah.
he
Oh, I'm
left
sorry
that
to
for
hear
me, which
about
is
that.
pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, at
and
least you,
he was old, so
yeah. No, I get it. You know, it just sucks, but at least you got a chance to go to Japan.
yeah,
I guess you can see it that way, right?
that. He
Yeah.
left me that. I can't complain.
Right. No, I get it. I get it. Yeah.
There you go. Sorry, my cat just keeps like running over,
Yeah,
running over.
I see the cat there just like sitting and moving and sitting back again and
She's
everything.
so squirmy.
Yeah.
She wants attention. She's in big baby mode right now. And probably she does this when we're streaming. Sometimes she gets very anxious and she's like, "Time to go be annoying. Bye."
Oh no,
That's
it
what he
happens. Yeah, like my cat doesn't really. I close my doors because every time that I'm trying to do. Whoa, we went black over here.
No.
You guys still there? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
weird, like a weird
Yeah.
thing.
Every time that
Like,
I'm about to record or something, they always kind of like almost about to. The cat is like every time she sees a room opening, like a door open, the cat wants to go into that door. So like we always make sure that we close the doors and everything.
you know, I could go and close the door, but I don't know. Like, as long as she's not being annoying, I don't really care. She can come hang out. And normally she's not annoying. Sometimes she tries to jump on the keyboard, but tonight she's like, "Nah, I'm just here."
Yeah, like sometimes like I'll be streaming and stuff like that, and she's like, she likes my chair, so like I'll stand up and she takes my chair, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, why do you do that? Like go get your own chair. We have two
Oh,
chairs
yeah.
over here, and they're like, she's always taking my chair. I'm like, I hate that.
Yeah,
Obviously,
she
like,
likes to steal. She likes to steal spots.
yeah. That's
She
good.
she last night where I was about to go and get ready for bed, and I was about to go into bed, and in my spot where I usually sleep is her, and she just looks at me like I'm not moving.
Right? Yeah, she's like, yeah, I got here first, so you better go elsewhere.
Yeah, it's like, you're cute, but hey.
Laugh. Yeah.
Yeah, she's baby.
That's cute. That's cute. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So
The other cat's not as cool
what are you
about
guys?
it.
You guys plans for like this year? I guess. Are you guys gonna try to go to another con this year?
Our con plans.
Con plans were later in May. We're going to IkiCon in Texas.
Oh yeah, you guys mentioned that earlier. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's like a few cons people are like throwing at us. There's like a few cons in like the Denver like / Colorado Springs area I'm kind of interested in. I want to try to go to Iowa maybe if it happens. Maybe ClassicCon Texas. I don't know yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm think I'm gonna skip DragonCon just because I don't trust the people over there. Like I know people are going out for parties, so like I'm like I don't think it's gonna it's gonna be good. So I'm like it's fine. That one's gonna be okay. I don't think I'm gonna go to con this year. I'm hoping that maybe if I have my shots and everything good to go for like the end of the year, maybe to a con in Tennessee. But yeah, I'm good for now. Kane or Cami ask, who is the biggest actor you have met at a con?
Biggest actor.
Oh damn!
I did see
Nolan.
Stan Lee walking by one time.
Yes.
But I feel like met to me in like A-list stars. Like I think the
Nolan North, baby.
Nolan North was a good one. He's on Uncharted. We also met like at the last MobileCon we went to Patrick Warburton, who signed my Venture Brothers like Brock Sampson figure. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And most of the voice actor experiences that are memorable to me are usually the ones that are really funny. Like, I think it was was it Steve Bloom in the elevator?
Yeah.
Yeah, we met Steve Bloom in the elevator. It was like literally the first time I ever met him. I was like, whoa! I thought it was the coolest thing. And one time, this was Matt Mercer back when he was starting to get kind of big. I feel terrible for the girl that I did this to on accident. So I was walking around MomoCon, and I knew like the coordinator for like who like hangs out with the celebrities, like the handler and stuff. Like she's actually like a personal friend of mine, and I went to go say hi to her because it's been like forever since we saw her. Matt Mercer just stops, stares at me because I'm dressed as Ayla from Chrono Trigger, and he's like, God, you look amazing! Like freaking out about how cool I look, and I felt so bad because he was signing some poor girl stuff, and I had to go and be like, hey, buddy, time for you to like go back and do your job. And like I was like, I appreciate the compliment, buddy, but please go back and do your job. And it was just funny. He was like fanboying like crazy.
That's cool. The when I was in a convention, I don't remember which one was it. I got trapped in the elevator, and one of the people was like, "Oh my God, I need to go because I have to go. I'll be at a panel soon." And I was like, "Oh, what panel are you doing?" It's like, "Oh, I was a guest." Like she was trying to keep it on the down low. Well, she was the voice actress for Asuka from Evangelion.
Oh.
You cut off. You guys cut off there for a second.
Oh no.
Yeah, you're good. You're good now.
All right, cool. Yeah, no, we met her as well a long time ago.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, really? And we were in the elevator for like an hour, so like we talked there for like some time there. So it was cool. That was like the closest that I was to like a voice actor. So yeah. I don't really go to like conventions for like guests and stuff. I guess I don't really like fanboy or like voice actors or anything. Like I will probably try to go through like to meet like an artist or something. Like I really wanted to go. A few years ago, Atlas had like this booth where you could watch the Persona art, and it has Sojima signing autographs and stuff like that. Yeah, and it's in California, and I really wanted to go because that was like a pretty cool experience. So I was like, I can't. I don't have enough money to make a trip to California for like a weekend,
Yeah.
But that was pretty cool. Like I will go. I would like to do something like that. Like I will definitely like go on fanboy over Persona art and like get some of the artwork signed and stuff. That would be pretty cool. Like I don't know.
Like we usually see people that like we really want to see, like Yuri Lowenthal. When I met him at Dragon Con a few years back, him and his wife were there, and they signed my copy of Tales of the Abyss. I think he signed some Persona 3 stuff too. I mean, they were both Persona 3 and Tales of the Abyss.
The wife voice acted Elizabeth, right?
Elizabeth or Mitsuru. I'm having a brain fart on which one. I want to say Elizabeth, but I'm not totally sure.
Yeah, I think it's Elizabeth. I only remember that because I remember seeing a thing where the attendants were married to their MC. Like the female protagonist was married to the voice actor of the attendant, their sister, the brother attendant, and then I remember seeing a post about it. So that's like the only reason why I will remember.
Like I remember like we met them together, and that was cute. And we also met gosh, what is her name? The voice of Knuckles, Travis. The one who did, okay, so the one who was like getting Laura Bailey. Wow, why did I forget her name? Laura Bailey. I was like, she was literally in a controversy like a few months ago because people were giving her death threats, which was really dumb. But
was it during the Last of Us thing?
Yeah, just because of her performance as Abby, which I mean, it's like it or hate it, don't give people freaking threats because they took a job. It's really dumb. I hate when people do
terrible.
that.
Like I don't really get that. Like I just kind of I don't get it. I really don't. Like he's just a voice actor. Like they didn't create the character. Like as much as you hate it, like they're not the character. They're a different person altogether. I don't really get it.
Yeah, we met. Yeah, like I don't get it either. It's like, she literally took the job to go pay some bills, probably, and like,
Yeah, it's a
yeah,
job like everything else. Like every voice actor is I sure it may be like a fun job, but that's still their job.
yeah,
They're still employees. They still have to
yeah,
get. I'm sure. I don't think that every character that they get is like their favorite character.
yeah,
I'm sure they probably get crappy characters they don't like either.
And
But
that,
like
yeah.
they're human beings with feelings, and like sending them death threats and stuff like that. It's just crazy.
Yeah, like, and I mean, it's like, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. But yeah, like, we met those two together as well a few years back at MomoCon, and they were very sweet. Travis said congrats on getting married in Knuckles' voice,
oh,
and that was adorable. But yeah, they were really nice, and I get it was worth the 3 hour. It was a really long wait. It was like an hour or two. I don't think it was three, but it was like a long ass line, like to go meet them.
Yeah, there was one time that we Mass Effects, the voice of Commander Shepard.
Yeah,
yeah.
She was there, and we waited in line for like 4 hours. But we everybody wanted to get
okay.
their game signed.
Yeah.
So it was fun. I at the time I wasn't a fan of Mass Effects, so I was I'm sad now because I became a fan like much later. I was like I didn't even own the game, so I just stayed in there because of my friends, because they were really big fan.
Yeah. That's like how basically I convinced like a few of my friends to go and meet Ruben Langdon with us, because he was at MomoCon last MomoCon, and I was there with a couple of like DMC cosplayers, a couple of my friends, and then I dragged along like two other people. I'm like, hey, we're gonna go meet Ruben, because I call him Ruben instead of Ruben because he's always sharing crazy stuff online. Uh, but yeah, no, I had like a whole group of people like just wait in line with me. I had that bad habit of like somehow like getting friends, so them kind of like join me and shit.
Yeah, if anything, I always wanted to go to like Comic Con. Maybe like meet like one of the like the comic book artist or something like that. Like it would be cool to like go. I don't know. It's just they're both of them are still far away from me. Like I can go to California or New York for like Comic Con, and I'm like, like that would be a lot of money to like get a hotel
They're
and everything
expensive.
like
They're
that.
pure industry events.
Right, yeah, but that's also one of the cooler ones because you can also like you get to do like the new trailers for like new movies and stuff like that. I don't know. It's like going to E3. Like
Yeah,
even though
exactly.
E3 has like fallen off in like popularity and like even some big companies like PlayStation don't go anymore. I still want to go and experience it. I know everybody has told me like, oh, don't go to E3. Like it's not as fun as it sounds. I'm like, I still want to go and experience it. Like even if you didn't have fun, I still want to have like my experience of E3 or something.
Not every con is like solely for the purpose of cosplaying. Like, I mean, for example, PAX, like any PAX convention, they are not cosplay cons. They are try new games, try new indie games cons. Like, I made that mistake and I wore like 6-inch heels and debuted Tronbon at that con. People loved it, but my feet were killing 30 minutes in, and I just took off like my heels and put on normal shoes for the
Mm-hmm.
rest of the
Right.
day. Because
Yeah. Yeah.
like some
There's some
cons are
conventions
definitely
that are made for different things. Like PAX, for
yeah
example, it's really a gaming convention. Like it's made more for that. And there are some conventions that are really just like for the party and everything, like Dragon Con. And there are some that are
yeah
just really for anime. Like there are some, uh, like I forgot. We were talking about it earlier. The one in Baltimore that I was telling you guys about.
yeah.
Uh,
Otakon.
Otacon, yeah, that one. Like they even debut some of the new anime from like Crunchyroll there and stuff. Like they'll have like the newer anime and everything.
Yeah, be
Uh,
careful. She's got her like claws extracted. She jumped. She clung to me when he went to go grab her.
Oh man, yeah, no, it's really fun. I really miss the con experience. Like I
I
really
do
want one so
too.
bad, but also like I also don't want to get sick and I don't want to get people sick either. So I'm like, as much as I really want to go to a convention, I can also hold off. I can also wait until I go
Yeah,
with it.
like I get that. Like I kind of just want to go and test the waters and see how bad it is, and if it's a total shit show.
You know,
But
like
I
you can
mean,
go there for a few hours, wear your masks, keep your distance. If you
Yeah.
need, and if you see everybody just not wearing masks, it can be like, okay, well, you're gonna have to make your choices at that point, I guess.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
is IkiCon close to you guys, or it feels like far
No,
away?
it's Texas. We're also out there visiting a few friends.
Yeah, like
Oh,
12
okay,
hours.
okay. All right.
We're out there visiting a couple of people that wanted to go see us, and yeah, and then it was the Colossal. There's also the Colossal Con in Texas, which I was
Oh
like,
yeah, I've been to that one too. That's good too. It's a big
yeah,
con.
I heard it's nice. Like I wasn't a big fan of Ohio Colossal Con, honestly.
It's
'Cause
really crowded.
It's too
like
crowded.
huge hot tub orgy, and they're having ClassiCon like that. They have ClassiCon there at the end of May as well. It's like I don't know about that one. Like I'll probably go like a smaller con like Texas, but like
Hmm.
ClassiCon's gonna be like
I
a
like the medium sized cons. So there are some
Yeah,
cons that
same.
like I will say like MomoCon is slightly bigger than a medium sized con, but it's still like in that like it's not too crowded. It's still kind of fun. You can still walk around and do stuff.
Yeah, it's still
Then
huge.
there are some cons that are like super small that are almost like embarrassing. Like you're like, this is like such a small con that it feels like it's a waste of money to go to.
Yeah, or they make really bad decisions and get a giant space for being a small con, which is
Exactly.
definitely
Yeah.
not about
Yeah. Like
icons.
they'll
No.
rent out like the, two halls on like big hotel places, and they're like super small. You're like it just feels like too small, and then like you really walk around. You walk one time, and you already saw everything.
Yeah, like, man, a KaiCon, I understand that they kind of got, themselves like in a bit of a pickle. But I don't know. I'm not really gelling with the new space where they have to be out in the middle of nowhere in Tennessee, and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I lose cell phone service 5 minutes before getting
so many
there.
so many cons in
And
like Tennessee got ruined because of that. Like
yeah,
where it's
Yeah.
like they took place in like downtown Nashville and it was like a big convention center, and now it's like then it was like oh hey, we're in this like very small like convention center in like Murfreesboro or some shit.
yeah, like the thing is that I don't know how many people know about the whole MTAC debacle, but MTAC used to be in downtown, and then
Yeah.
that convention center got taken away. So basically, since that convention center was taken down, MTAC had to go scramble. The next year after that, they ended up in the middle of nowhere, Murfreesboro,
Yeah.
with
I
this
remember
tiny
that.
hotel and MTAC in line. And then the year later, they ended up doing the two hotels bullshit, which was the worst MTAC ever for me. Easily the worst con I've ever been to. It was the worst con for multiple reasons because I had a lot of interactions with the staff that year.
Yeah. MTech is in Tennessee, and so is a KaiCon. Sorry,
Yeah,
somebody was asking that. Yeah. Yeah. Those
Oh
are
yeah,
Tennessee cons. Yeah. A KaiCon actually, I know Devin. Who funded the con? He's in like our group of friends, so
yeah,
like I supported him from, like whenever they started when him and one of his other friends started the con and everything. It's
yeah,
a really small con, but it's still
yeah. Like they're a small con. It's like they're kind of becoming like small to medium size. So
Mhm.
they got their hands are tied. They either get two hotels bullshit or they get the middle of nowhere in Tennessee
Yeah,
bullshit. It's like it
last time I checked,
sucks.
KaiCon was like in the middle of the country, and there was like no
Yeah.
really good restaurants to eat. There's a good barbecue place nearby, but not too much. And like the convention center like closed like early.
Yeah, the convention
Yeah.
center closed early. It's like I feel bad for Tennessee cons because like unless if you have a backup plan, like you know how YamaCon does, where
Yeah.
they like go to the hotel for the night events, you're fucked. Like I went to a KaiCon that year. I mean, I wouldn't go all 3 days, but the few hours that I was there, I had a decent time. And it was
Yeah.
gonna suck because I actually really enjoyed a KaiCon early on, but then they kind of got really screwed over by like everything. They got like that hotel.
Yeah.
They got too big for that one hotel, which sucks. I love that hotel out there. And like then they did all of that, and it's like I don't even know what the fuck is happening with the KaiCon at this point. I think it just paused everything.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's a gamble, I guess. I don't know. I get it, and I kind of feel bad too because there's like so many moving parts to actually making a a con happen. Like a lot of people are like, for example, like like COVID happened, and people are like, "Oh, just cancel the con." I'm like, "You guys don't know how much money is involved in like the whole moving part of like reserving the hotel and like having like all these sponsors that they're gonna go on like all these places that have to reserve the spot and everything, all the stores too." And there's like a lot of things that they have to do. It's not just like, oh, we'll close the con, that's fine. And like, oh, what about all these people that all this investment and everything that a lot of cons lost a lot of money. Like I know there's a bunch of cons that are not coming back from COVID.
Oh yeah, especially like if you like lose a year is bad enough, but some cons are like losing 2 years.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And my whole thing with it is that when it comes to like people canceling conventions, if the choice is you get screwed over out of a contract and you have to pay out the ass on a contract, or alternatively do the con and try to make a little bit back. I mean, I can't fault a con for staying open because they probably the cancellation fee was so much more than like, putting on the show and losing that revenue. It sucks because it's like, a lot of people immediately will go and, point fingers at, like cons being like, oh, we're still going on. Yeah, I don't recommend it, but I'm pretty sure a lot of them are just like, I don't know what to do. Like, they either go broke like that or take the risk of having it.
Yeah, it's the whole thing is that like you can't. It is a money thing. At the end of the day, like I know there's safety issues and people get concerned about things like that, and I do too, obviously. But like at the same time, like there's a lot of money and a lot of investment and everything. That's why a lot of the cons try to do the whole digital event. It's not because they want to just to have fun. They literally try to make a way to still make money off of the thing and everything. And I do feel bad because it's like it's still an event that they kind of. That's why a lot of these conventions were still selling tickets for like a digital event. Hell, any money is better than no money at all.
Exactly.
Like I remember I still bought some of the tickets even if I didn't attend it because like I felt bad. I was like, I don't want you to close next year. Like I still want the cons to happen and everything. And
like
I know some people are. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Kind of going to do that, and like people just immediately think that like, oh wow, this con is like bad, or this con is good for doing that. It's like it's not like an easy decision.
Right, yeah, of course, not at all. Yeah, it's not just like, oh, we're morally better because we canceled our con. It's like there's a lot of moving things to that. Like I don't know. Somebody said, what do you think about virtual events where BAs sign autographs and mail them to you? That's great. That's a great idea. I mean, like,
that's a good idea, but
like especially because if the VA still kind of like gets paid, or I'm sure they invite them and everything. So like, as long as they're still making some kind of revenue out of it and they can continue to make their thing, that's good. Like I'm all for it. Like I don't see anything wrong with virtual cons or virtual events like that.
My other thing is like I usually don't get like those like autograph like posters though. I usually get them like sign my video game or my DVD or something.
Yeah.
So like I kind of hope like some virtual cons would have an option like send it to the VA and they sign and send it back. I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
right. Although some of them are getting really smart. Like I seen like. Oh yeah, of course. Everybody would prefer a con in person. I don't think anybody goes like, "Man, I really would like to go to that con virtually." Right?
Yeah,
like,
it don't hit the same. It doesn't hit right.
It just doesn't, and it's like the worst part is not really like the event itself. It's like the experience of it, like the friends, the getting drunk in the middle of the night, and just like going to like the panels and like walking around cons and like sure people like. Talk about like the bad smell of like some of the people of like it's the con smell, it's part of like the...
Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. I've only smelled con crud like a handful of times. These people that walk in there and then bitch about con crud literally every 5 seconds. I'm like, bro, your nose is just sensitive. Shut the fuck up. Like, wear a freaking like nose plunger if it bothers you so bad.
Yeah, like I never really smelled it. Like I don't know. Like I'm a person that likes to like shower like a lot. So like I'm picky about that kind of stuff, and I never really like smelled it to the point of like it's disgusting. Like maybe like once or twice that I can like think of at the top of my head. That I was like, man, these people like it smells disgusting. Like it smells like they took a dump and like literally jump into a dumpster or something. But like, but like it's only like a handful of times that I can think of the top of my head. But
like I got some of my Facebook friends list who every time a con happened, he would always bitch about how much con crud there was, to the point where like, so one of my friends decided to go and like troll on him and like kind of rag on him and made and kind of like made fun of him, and he basically brought up the whole con crud obsession, like you or con funk obsession, like to the because this guy says that there's con funk everywhere the moment you walk into the con. I'm like, bro, I have a good nose, and that's not true. I feel it was very over exaggerated.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like just some people are picky about it. I don't really care. Sure, yes, have some personal hygiene and please shower and everything. But I think that also gives bad rep to like cosplayers and like the community. Like they don't smell bad. Like if you go to a convention, it's not smelly. It's not dirty or anything like that. And I feel like as much as people like complain about it, it's not as bad as it's not an actual issue. Like, but it does give like a bad perception to like non-con people. Like people that never gone to cons have like this mentality, I guess, like, oh, it's smelly or like, like anything. No, it's really not. Like in all honesty, like 9 out of 10 times you're not really gonna smell like the con funk or whatever. Like sure, when I smell that, it's being pretty fucking gross. But it's also like it's not gonna happen all the time, like you're more likely to smell things like weed or alcohol at a con.
Smell weed before you smell con funk. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
And like, I mean, I knew a few people that definitely did that stuff while at conventions. I mean, I don't recommend it, but I knew like a couple of my friends did it, but. I mean, I don't recommend it because you get, tank controls the entire night.
That's fun.
Which is, I mean, fun and all. But, like, at a convention, like, sometimes I'm like, let's not go and do that. So you just go and get, drunk. But, like, yeah, I know you're going to go and, like, smell, like, weed or, you might smell alcohol. Like you said, alcohol. Like, you got, like, the strong shit. Before you would smell like someone's like that. I mean, unless if you're like together like sardines, but I mean with COVID, I'm pretty sure you're gonna have less of the sardines.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, there have been moments where they like kind of cramp you all together, and then
obviously you're standing like right next to like 100, 200, 3,000 people. Like everybody's just all together cramped on like the shopping area, on the booths and everything. Obviously you're gonna smell something. You're like your personal space is like so close to each other, like it's also like the experience of like being all next to each other and everything. I don't know, I just miss cons at this point. I'm kind of like, I just really want to be at a convention so bad.
Yeah, I miss it. I miss cons so fucking much. Like, it's not the same, but it's gonna be so weird because everyone's gonna be super like socially awkward when we all go and get together, and it's like we're all just gonna regress by like 5 years. Our social skills probably regressed all but 5 years. Like, it's gonna be awkward. It's gonna be hilarious.
Comments are killing me. Somebody said, you should smell weed because I'm the one smoking it.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I knew lots of people who did that shit, too. Like, you would go out to the courtyard at AWA, and you just smell the weed, and you're just like, yep, someone's lighting up there. And I remember one of my buddies, she wanted to meet up with us for the weekend to go say hi. She came over, and she's like, hi, I'm here. I'm stoned as shit. What's up? And then she just walked away. Like, I'm just like, hi, bye. No, I knew people who did some really weird shit. Like, I've known people that have apparently drunk traveled, like blackout drunk traveled.
Oh man, please do not drink and drive.
Like, I don't condone this, but oh man, I know some people and they go hard at cons.
Oh man.
They go hard, and I mean...
Yeah, but like, being drunk at the con is like, it's part of the con experience,
You have to do it. Like, it hits right. Obviously, if you don't do it, that's fine. I'm not peer pressuring you.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, but it's kind of like part of the experience of just like hanging out with all your friends, and everybody's gonna be ready with all the alcohol.
Exactly.
Get you as fucked up, as messed up as you possibly humanly can.
Like, I mean, people here's my whole thing. As long as you're not harming others and destroying the property, I really
Yeah,
don't
yeah. As long as
care.
you're not bothering anybody, I feel like that's the big thing. Like as long as you're like keeping to yourself, or you're not like annoying or being like, because obviously like there is people that get annoying drunk and stuff like
Oh
there.
god.
You go to like the whenever there's like the I mean what are they called? The raves or whatever. Like there's always like people that get really annoying.
The
As long as
last
you're not
rave
one
I
of those people.
like the last rave I went to was very odd. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
like it felt like there was no one in the rave. It was really weird. I got dragged to the rave by one of my friends, and then like I dragged every friend that was with me to the rave because that's how it happens. You're going to something, then you gotta go and drag everyone else with you.
Right, yeah, everybody's still in like half cosplays, like they lost a wig now and everything.
Yeah, like
Uh,
I mean, you either lost your wig, you're wearing like way less, or just you're just having fun and
yeah,
just
you say,
everyone's
yeah,
kind
that's the fun time. Like, I don't know, conventions to me is like there's like two couple people like they do cons differently, but like I'm living the con 24/7 for like
Oh yeah.
the 3-4 days that the con goes, like from Thursday
Yeah.
night all the way to Sunday or sometimes Monday if they have a Monday day. There's some cons that have a Monday day, but I don't really recommend that day is dead. Nobody's
I mean,
there.
I like it as like a get back and go home, but yeah, usually I never stay past like Sunday.
Yeah, some
Unless
people
it's
still do. Like some cons still have a Monday day where they still have
it's
like events and stuff.
so
But
weird.
usually Thursday night that's when it starts, and you gotta
Yeah,
party. You gotta go hard from Thursday all the way to Sunday. Go
oh
hard
yeah,
or go home.
exactly.
Like
Man, I
I
miss
just
it.
all this talk is just getting me more excited for the next con.
Right?
Exactly.
And like
Yeah.
it's so funny because like I used to live by some friends that we'd all party at his place, but it was all safe and outside and stuff. Like he's got a giant ass farm, so we all just gonna like hang out and drink and stuff there. But it's like it's not a con. It's like the closest thing we've had to a con this last year. Like he's got like arcade cabinets and a bunch of games and stuff. So he's got like all the fun shit, and it's like it kind of filled a little bit of the whole of the con for me. But I'm like the same. It isn't the same.
Yeah.
I miss it. I miss cons. I
Oh, me
miss
too. Me
everything.
too. I'm like I
I'm like,
cannot wait for the next con. I'm like super excited. I'm like, well, as soon as everybody's ready to go back to the quote unquote normal. I don't know if we're ever gonna go back to normal. Like I feel like
I don't.
I'm kind of actually enjoy the 6 feet the 6 feet distance thing. I like having like my extra personal space.
I mean, as someone who does go in like personal space, I personally like that too.
Yeah, like
Like they
I
put like
like
it's like I like having just trash king in my space.
yeah, like I like wearing the mask too. It just makes me uh I don't know. It's like it's nice, like I don't
I
have to
like him.
shave sometimes. Like it can just be just wear
I
the
like him
mask and whatever.
for all but working out. Only time I hate wearing a mask is when I'm working out.
Yeah, true.
Oh yeah, it is uncomfortable. You're totally right. Yeah, working out
Like,
with a mask, just like choking you. I'm like running. I'm like,
yeah. Oh yeah. No, I was doing like some workout and like I was like having trouble like freaking like breathing. I pull it down. I'm like, I don't care if they go and get pissy at me. I need to go and breathe for a second. I'm like, I'm nowhere near anybody. I'm in the freaking corner. Like I don't wear it when I'm like lifting like super heavy. I'll pull it down like in between like sets and stuff. And I mean
yeah,
everybody
yeah,
does that.
yeah. I think it's understandable. It's like going to a restaurant. There's some restaurants that require you to wear a mask. I'm like, I get it, but then you're gonna remove the mask to eat.
Oh, I went to
So
a really weird coffee
So
shop
there's
that
like no reason. Like I get the point of like 6 feet apart, wear your mask there. But like you're gonna go sit right next to somebody else and eat your meal. Like what's the point of the mask at the entrance where you're gonna go and sit right next to somebody later?
Yeah, and it's really funny you say that because we actually went to a coffee shop before that said if you are not drinking your drink, you must wear a mask. I'm talking. I asked him if he wanted a little bit of my coffee, and a little bit of my, pastry. And he said yes. The woman came over and said to go put my mask on. I was like, I was literally asking if you want a little bit of my food, but okay. Like, some places take it a little bit too far, in my opinion. Like, I don't mind it wearing it when walking in and sitting down, but it's like, I'm sorry, if you're sitting here looking at somebody else and not, doing all that, I'm like, I don't think that's gonna be a huge issue, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just kind of feel like I enjoy my personal space now that COVID is like a thing and everything. I enjoy that, but I'm like, I don't know. It's just the life of COVID. Like, it's like there's two peoples, right? Like the people that really want to go outside and like meet people and everything. And I'm over here like having the time of my life. I'm like, I don't have to go anywhere. So many places have like delivery things, like I just order delivery for everything now. Like I don't like I'm like completely like don't have to go anywhere. I hate going outside for anything. So like literally like I made a post on my Facebook there that like the last time that I got gas in my state was like 180 something like that. Now it's
What?
like two. That was like
Wow.
290. That's not the last time that I got gas. Like that was how long it was
Wow.
before I actually went out. So like it's been like months and everything. Like I'll
Holy
go out
shit.
every now and then to like go something, pick up something, but like it's really rare that I'm like outside doing things and everything. So like
Huh.
I benefited from the from the COVID situation. Like my lifestyle didn't change at all. If anything, it reinforced my lifestyle.
See, I'm like kind of like it's like I've kept to myself and stuff, but also like I like going out of my house because like this place is nice, but it doesn't really have a balcony that I can go and sit on and like go outside and stuff. So
Oh
it's like I
yeah.
try to go get like my outdoor activity and stuff. I mean, I do a lot of like working out, hiking, running. Like I do a shitload of that. I'll like and we go hiking like every weekend.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's like
Yeah.
we'll go outside, but it's not like we're like going out to go to a bar or go to
Right.
parties and
Right. Yeah.
stuff. It's like
Yeah.
we're literally going to,
Mhm.
a giant ass mountain that we spent 3.5 hours, climbing
Right.
and
Yeah.
stuff.
I do that too. It's just hard with my work schedule. It was kind of hard. But yeah, the only times that I'll go out is like go to the park or like go hiking or something like that. But like there's almost nobody there. Like you won't see like people for miles.
Yeah,
So
like with Colorado, there's a few places where like if you go on the weekends, it's very filled. Like we went out to Cheyenne Mountain, which is like 30 minutes from us, and it was filled with people. I don't know if it was because Easter weekend or what, but it was
hmm
freaking
oh
filled.
wow.
Meanwhile, last weekend we went out to like the boonies, like this open space out in the middle of nowhere. We hiked a mountain. I saw maybe like 10 people the entire time, and everyone just kept to themselves and just hiked together. Like they didn't bother anybody.
Yeah. Hey, it's fine. I think it's fine. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. He says, King says that, or King Narukami, I guess, not to be confused with the other King. He says that his sister lives in Colorado in the Springs. I
Oh
don't know what
nice.
Oh,
that is.
Colorado Springs.
That's
That's
where
where
we
we're
live.
at.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's
A
a
lot of
big.
people like actually live here that we like know. It's kind of cool because we got
Yeah.
friends. It's not like we're
That's
starting fresh.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's funny because a girl that I kind of she and I knew each other. We talked a lot like a few years back. Then she
Mhm.
disappeared off the internet for a while. She came back with another account because like basically she was part of a fandom that was getting her that she was getting a shitload of harassment.
Oh man,
And
that's never
apparently
fun. I don't understand
yeah,
that.
she's in my area. We go and hang out a lot and like it's pretty chill. Yeah,
That's cool.
it's kind of cool like how many people are here. So like whenever cons start up again, like maybe we'll see more people.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm trying to move. I think I'm trying to move in like the next few months or like I don't know. I just kind of my state isn't really like popular for like a lot of stuff. So I'm kind of like like I need more people. Though I don't like going outside. It's also nice to like know like-minded people that you can go and hang out with and stuff. Make friends and everything. Because that's also kind of the fun of going to cons. Like
Yeah, it's
making
making
new friends and like meeting new people that like anime or cosplay.
yeah, like that's what the fun of it is. And like I don't know, we've been fortunate to know a few people out here already, and it's like personally, we moved out here because we were sick and tired of the South, and we're like, let's try something new. And I've wanted to live here since I was a kid, so like, it works. And it's
Where
not
did
like
you guys were originally from?
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Well,
Kentucky?
he's from Kentucky. I'm originally from Illinois.
Oh, okay. Well, not too
And then
far, I guess, from from
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, Illinois. Then I moved to Tennessee, and then I got out of Tennessee, went to Kentucky, and it's like I don't know, Kentucky's like a sinking ship, and I was like, I'm ready to get out of
Cool.
here.
Yeah, exactly.
King is asking if you guys been to video game exchange.
Yeah,
We
went there.
literally went there today.
Yeah, we bought Yes 3 on the SNES for like $50.
Yeah, yeah, no, we literally went there like today, and then we went there a couple of days ago to get a couple copies of Sly Cooper.
Nice.
And we also picked up Tales of Grace while I was out there too. And I don't know if you got that Ratchet and Clank game from there or not. Did you get this one from there from Entertainment?
Yeah, I got here.
Yeah.
From here, yeah.
We have a bunch of games, and yeah, I picked up some copies of that. But yeah, no, we're familiar with that. That's literally right by our gym. So.
Nice. That's crazy. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a nice place. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if like you know about the dog that's there. I don't know if it's your sister's dog or if you know the dog, but that dog is very cute. They have a dog there that has little like booties on its feet.
Oh, that's
It's
cute.
adorable. Yeah, it's super nice. Like it came up to me and said hello, but today he went in on his own, so I was like, I'm just gonna go wait in the car, and he's like, I found a dog.
Sorry about that. I was just telling my girlfriend something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was like trying to open the door. I was like, just knock
Oh
first.
no.
Oh yeah, it's good. Alrighty, guys. Well, we've been talking for almost 3 hours.
Yeah, it's blinking.
Yeah, I was oh 30 already.
Yeah, right.
Like almost it's 12:30, but I do wanna like thank you guys. Like we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up because I'm
Yeah.
like tired. I was like, oh man, it's been a long day. But no, you know what? It's been fun having you guys. I've been wanting to do this podcast for like forever, and I was like, who do I know that does like YouTube and cosplays? And I was like, oh, like I know you guys. Like I was like, I'm gonna have to invite you guys and everything.
Oh yeah.
It's good to kind of like talk about like the whole like the whole like anime scene and everything, like conventions and everything.
I'm gonna go follow you, King Narukami. I just had to Google your name, see like found your Twitter account. I was gonna, like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, follow him.
Well,
He's fun to hang out with, and
Yeah.
he's a cool dude. It's always fun. Like I always have him on the podcast too. So maybe next time we have like a group of people on a podcast or something. Yeah.
ask us because I mean we're pretty much free whenever.
Yeah, like I'm looking as a.
Oh,
channel
so
that-
King says that his sister is a trainer at a fitness place called Altitude Fitness. He's asking if you
Oh
guys
my
know of
god,
it.
I think I know your sister. Okay, so I think Altitude Fitness was the original place that we were going to actually like possibly look into. I knew we were looking at something with like that sort of fitness name. And I originally didn't do it because I was like, I want to go check out other places. And like this other place was like slightly closer to our house and it had a pool. So I was like,
Oh, you can't beat the pool, yeah.
yeah, it has a pool, a hot tub, a steam room, and all that. And I'm like, oh yeah, let's go.
Nice, yeah. Yeah, I'm in the process of trying to find a new gym place myself. I'm like, I need a place with a pool. I used to be in the swimming team back in high school, so like I love swimming, but like in my state, like there's no like swimming anything. So I'm like, I'm trying to find.
Yeah, like yeah, we like see I really wanted a pool last couple of times, but the last few gyms like
Yeah.
didn't have it. But it's like this gym is like cheaper than what we were doing in Kentucky, and like it has a pool, and like it's actually not too crowded if you go during the daytime.
That's good. That's
And-
good.
Yeah, it's a huge gym, and
Yeah, I'm gonna find a gym myself soon. I'm like, the last place that I went to was fine, but you know, COVID happened, and I was still going,
Yeah.
but I'm like, I don't know. I stopped for a few months, and I was like, I need to get back. I don't know. I really just enjoy working out. Like it's so relaxing. Like
Oh, same.
like in the morning. Like I love working in the morning right before starting work. And I'm like I'm already energized, and I'm like it's so nice. Or like maybe at night right before going to sleep. I also like working out at that time because like my body's like so warm and relaxed and everything. I don't know. I just find it really relaxing. It's like it's so fun to work out.
Yeah.
The first few like times when I started working out, I was like, it's so tiring. But then like it
Every
goes from
time.
like it goes from like really tiring to like super relaxing. Like it's a nice hobby, I guess.
I mean, it's like, why do I go out and lift like almost 300 pounds once or twice a week? It's because, I don't know, I just find it relaxing, and I don't know, I've been doing it for so long that it's just like part of me at this point.
Right? Yeah, it's like a routine
It's
thing
like
too. Yeah.
it's like so therapeutic for me because
Oh,
it's
it is.
like,
It is. It's like it's good for like anxiety and depression. Like it does. Like scientifically, it does like release like um I don't know what it does, but it does help you a lot. Like I don't know, I deal with like a lot of like depression and anxiety. That's what I do. I just work out. It helps me so much. So
yeah,
yes,
cure all for everything, but like some days I just come in and I'm like, I'm gonna go do this. And like for example, like a few nights ago I got really shitty sleep because I got like random bouts of anxiety and depression,
yeah,
and I woke up and I'm like, I don't know if I can go and lift today. And then like Trash King was like, hey, just go do it. And I'm like, okay, fine. And I mean I did what I needed to do,
mhm.
and I felt way better afterwards. So
Right, yeah.
it's good for you.
Mhm. Yeah, I 100% agreed. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here at
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
almost 3 hours here. You guys have been awesome
Oh
guest.
yeah, it'll be fun.
And I'm sorry we had to reschedule this from last week. We were trying to do this last
Okay.
week, but
Honestly, it
like
works better.
I forgot that I had already a podcast set up. I don't know why. Like I was like, oh yeah, well, I had like a brain fart about it. I guess because I was thinking of doing a podcast and everything. So I was like, oh crap, I already have this. But yeah, thank you guys for coming in. Thank you everybody in the chat. It's been fun to kind of having this
Yes.
conversation here. Cannot wait to have more of this anime podcast. But it was really fun. If you guys are always welcome to come by again and talk about more anime with me and everything.
Yes, more anime.
By
Yes,
the way,
for sure.
be sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We mostly play like video games. We do like other stuff too sometimes.
Yeah, definitely check out their channel and drop by sometime. They stream like if you wanna like a good late night streams, they're always up until like 2-3 in the morning streaming. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like we stream usually at 9:30 MST our time,
Which is 11:30 for most EST people.
on weekdays,
Yeah.
weekends, it's like random.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
so-
understand our streaming is is much later. Partially because we're like almost on the West Coast, but also because
Yeah, we
it's
just like
late people.
we like going to bed late.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, so it's always, I always like when I'm done like with my own stream, I always drop by and like say hi to
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
and everything. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, definitely check the channel out. They're fun people there. They do cosplay stuff and everything like that. So check out their
Yeah.
Twitter as well if you want to find out more about that. But thank you guys for coming by, and you guys have a wonderful day.
Yeah,
You
you
too.
too.
Bye.
Bye.